Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation. Starring Johnny Woodard. And yeah, Johnny, how are you?
That's funny. You do a good introduction. I gotta give you credit for that.
Thank you.
I watched that Louis C.K. special. He does his own intros for his shows, and he even he's kind of played with the art. Stand up. He likes to do little like weird things with it, and even the intros he does really funny shit with.
Oh, do you know what the new thing is now? To live stream your specials.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Because the tech is there, and you can make some extra money. Why not do it? I'm not surprised.
Chris Rock's supposedly doing it at the Comedy Store coming up.
At the store, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you spoiling anything there? Or is that...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, cool.
Probably.
I'll watch
probably.
That. It does. It's good though because we live in a time where ephemerality has vanished. It's
I don't even know what that word means, but it means not here. I didn't even get to enjoy it while it was here.
Like temporary. You know what I mean? Nothing is temporary anymore. Everything's permanent. There's a permanent record of it on the internet.
Everything's permanent.
But if they do I get it. If you want to do like a digital version of your set, like stream it on the internet, and then say, hey, this is done.
And never show it again?
Never show it again.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like, what happens to all that material?
Well, I think that's part of the statement, though, is what I'm saying. Like, if you're doing that, you want it to be kind of just gone.
No, I don't get the...
You'll still have it. You can watch it. Just other people can't.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
And that'll be passed through. It'll be like, remember concerts in like the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
You never... They happened and they were gone except for shitty quality bootlegs. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, but I mean, okay, are you talking about when they would show a live show on TV or something? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I mean like live concerts. Like, hey, Zeppelin's coming to Greensboro
and
this
then
week.
You would go to Greensboro and you'd watch it.
And then it would be, you'd never see it again, though. That show was gone. No matter if they did the best... the best version of Jamaica that,
I guess what I think is weird is like, because you're associating the live show with a stand-up special where I would say...
what are they calling
let me finish.
it?
What
is he calling it?
Well, the live stand-up show is more like an album release.
Right, but Louis' thing, like, for instance, was meant to be like, hey, this is a live show that you can buy access to and watch it.
Right.
And it's also kind of a special. But, I mean, that was his intent, is what I'm saying. I don't know what Chris Rock's is.
I mean, like, Louis C.K. cranks out material. Yeah. I don't know if Chris Rock is that guy.
You're right, yeah.
Louis
said this might be his last thing, though. So.
He might stop stand-up?
For a long time, yeah. That was how they. Now that might just be promotion.
Well, it's also interesting because he kind of had to take a break there for a while, right? Was not his choice. Now he's going back on break because maybe he discovered that he likes other things.
You do hear that with people, right?
I do. Hand to God, I prefer martial arts over doing stand-up in town.
Really?
Yeah, because I knew John Mitchell's doing a show at the Improv tonight, and I was like, you know what? I don't even want to ask him if I can jump on. That's crazy. I'm gonna go Jiu Jitsu tonight.
That's what Gary Oldman, I saw an interview with him. He's doing that show Slow Horses, which I just pounded through over a weekend. It's great. And somebody was interviewing him recently.
Is that what your lady calls you when you're pounding? Slow horses?
Slow horses, easy. No, he was saying that, I've found out I like to do stuff other than acting.
Yeah.
And so I might not act.
I've been telling these young comics. Charles Fleischer told to me, and I thought he was a crazy old guy because he would paint. And I was like, okay, crazy old guy.
Is that a comedian?
Yeah, Charles Fleischer, who's the voice of Roger Rabbit.
No
what
shit.
are you eating, dude?
Oatmeal.
In a thermostat?
Yeah, in a thermostat.
What is that?
This is
in
a thermos, not a thermostat.
Yeah, you're right.
A thermostat
you're totally right.
is the thing that changes the temperature.
So both of us look like retards right now. By you eating oatmeal
I didn't get
thermos.
breakfast. I ate, like, the last time I ate was 5 p.m. yesterday. So
I got this new fasting app. It's on me all the time.
Zero? Is that it?
No, it's called...
you should try Zero. It's a good one.
Simple. Simple.
So,
Johnny, like I said, I'm discovering that I like to do other things in comedy.
Other things than comedy, is that what
than stand-up comedy. I've actually found that my podcasts fill my comedy itch. So doing Broken Sim, I get that comedy itch scratch that I don't feel the need to run up on stage and do stand-up all the time. Yeah, I just...
Curious.
And the crowds in LA just are so woke, I can't take it anymore. So I'm enjoying jiu-jitsu, Johnny, and big update. Come on, give it to me.
Update.
Update. I tapped my first person.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I tapped, bro. I tapped somebody.
How old were they? Were they under or over 5 years of age?
They were much older. They were easily into their 20s or 30s, bro.
What's her name?
What his name, and I forget it. But I don't really worry about my victims' names, okay? I just keep a fucking limb as a trophy to remember my kills.
You were so last week. You were like, I got tapped real fast.
I do.
And now you're in here just bragging about some poor person.
Johnny,
it's probably
it's
their first
time.
day. Was it their first day?
No, but they're around new too.
Okay.
So
were they humiliated that
no,
you
bro,
just
because
started?
he just tapped me 3 times instantly.
Oh, okay. You didn't say that. All right.
He's like, dude, here's the thing, bro.
Did he feel bad? Was there a chance he felt bad for you and let you?
No, I sunk in the guillotine.
Really? That's how
Yeah. I sunk the guillotine in. Right. And dude, here's the thing about jiu-jitsu guys. They're all...
Sam's going to tell us the thing about jiu-jitsu. Here we go.
Here's the thing. They're all chimpanzees, bro. They all have chimp strength.
Oh, yeah.
No necks, chimp strength. And I have noodle arms, bro. Look at these. I'm supposed to be doing jiu-jitsu. And they're like, I just got to have faith, bro, that the art will get me through, bro. That my science of jiu-jitsu will get me through.
Is it an art or a science?
It's an art of science, a science art.
Sounds like a bullshit degree. That's what it sounds like.
I get in it, dude. It was fun. So I'm going back tonight. Wait, fun.
When was the last time you went?
Tuesday.
Okay, so you are
Tuesday,
doing
Thursdays.
2 days a week.
And I would love to do it a third day.
How long do you go when you're there?
The classes are an hour and a half.
Damn.
But I don't roll the whole time yet. I just do 1 or 2 rolls just so I can get the feel for it. But right now I'm just like watching what these guys are trying to do.
How does that work? So do you say... I just really don't. I picture it as a class where everybody's doing the exact same thing. How do you tell some like, hey, I don't want to do? Do you say I don't want to do it, or did they say you should sit it out? How does that work?
No. So the majority of the class is first you warm up. Then second thing is he gives you moves to try. Here we're gonna try this. We're gonna try that. Right. And it's like I gotta be honest with you, jiu-jitsu is the most nuanced of all of it. It's super nuanced. Like martial art, like my technique in terms of striking, there is nuance to it, but nothing like jiu-jitsu. Like jiu-jitsu is all about position. Mm-hmm. It's all about position. And like even where your hand is and how your hand goes is like big into like being able to control your opponent, right? And you don't even have to take jiu-jitsu to know that because you watch it in the UFC. Yeah. You could see like how like a real good jiu-jitsu match is like can move very slow because everything's a battle of inches, right? So he goes through that, and it's like I know I talked about this last time, but it's like my mindset is so different because I would literally after last class I would be like, okay, this isn't gonna last, right? Because it's so like it's like you gotta do this to this to this to this to this to this to this, and you're like, I don't even know this. Now you want me to do this, this, and that?
When did you feel that way? After the first class?
No, first 5 times I started.
Got it.
I would name the move after the year I thought I could do it.
Yeah, you said that.
Right? So now it's like, and so me and the guy we started, he's a nice dude, and we just focused on the first thing that they were teaching us because they were moving to all these other moves. And it was actually it's fun, dude. It's way fun. My body's still a little sore, but I loved it. But I tapped my first guy, and that was great.
I'm proud of you.
So I talked about this last night, dude. Like, you know, the two danger. Like, if you're walking down, like some of the people I'm rolled against, if I saw them in a like, are we still in Christian the cruise ship area?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. How much time do we got?
Another minute or so.
Okay. You know, it's like, what's scarier, dude? A black belt in jiu-jitsu or just a really gay man?
There's nothing scary about a really gay man.
A guy,
you homophobe.
Homosexuality.
Now, why were you bringing this up? You asked me if we were Christian on the cruise, and you're bringing up the homophobia and
it's not homophobia.
What's scarier than a really gay? That's the definition of homophobia.
It's not.
Afraid of gay.
No, you could be gay.
Why would you be afraid of somebody who's really gay?
What tap are you more afraid of?
What tap? Oh, yeah. Okay. Like
that's what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, do you think a really gay man's gonna tap you, Sam?
Oh yeah. I mean,
like a little Twinkie guy, just gonna come over and tap you because it sounds like you want it in that case. I gotta say.
No, I don't. If I'm in an alley, I don't want any of it.
It sounds like if you're letting a little Twinkie, 130-pound guy tap you.
Oh, you don't think that they're shredded, bro?
It sounds like you wanted it. I have to say.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This butthole is an exit only, bro.
Oh God!
What?
Yeah, I just left it. You asked me if we could do that, and then you just ripped into it.
Okay, then cut it out. Well, we're back.
Rockfin exclusive. Yeah.
That part already?
Just that part. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny.
We got to play by their rules if we want to stay on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree, dude. You saw that as homophobic. I did not.
I mean, it literally is. What is scarier than a super gay? Like, is it scary? A jiu-jitsu guy? A guy who could kill with his hands?
Okay, you're in a dark alley, and like, someone's going to attack you. Who do you want to get attacked by?
Well, you didn't say that, though. You said who's scary.
I'm sorry that I have to spell it all out for you and the sassy AI on YouTube, okay? You're in an alley. You might get attacked. What attack's going to scare you more? Okay, a jiu-jitsu guy tapping you out,
or a little slap off
or a gay guy tapping you out.
I'll take a little.
Which more?
Well,
which one scares you more?
Tapped out? Well, I want to get tapped by the jiu-jitsu guy because they're gonna respect the tap. The gay guy might not respect the tap. I don't know. You got to respect the tap.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, but you didn't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny. I had to spell it out for you.
You had to spell it out for everybody.
I just spell it out. It was a joke you took too literal.
We should run that back and just let you listen to what you said. Which is scarier, a jiu-jitsu guy or a super gay guy?
What's scarier, dude? A black belt in jiu-jitsu or just a really gay man?
That's literally what you said.
I mean, in an attack.
You didn't say that.
In an attack.
That's funny.
Okay. Just beep everything then, Johnny. Johnny, you should just have 1 minute on the show where you just beep every word said. The most dangerous conversation. The most dangerous conversation on YouTube. Beep, 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 beep.
I was looking back at some of something that we did recently. They even get you for, because we appealed something. I can't remember what it was. And they came back like you had profanity. Literally, it said profanity in the first 10 seconds. I was like, well, you got us. Fair enough. Because I was getting ready to be mad, too. I was like, why did they reject this appeal? These bastards. And then I looked, and it said profanity in the first 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh, we're dangerous.
Like, how did we even do that?
We are so dangerous,
We must have just opened right up with the F-bomb.
So dangerous. Why are we so dangerous, Johnny?
What are they afraid of?
Yeah, what are they afraid of us? Okay, so I can't do any of this stuff because if you think I just was being homophobic, which I am not.
Well, we're out of the 10-minute zone now. So.
Johnny, I'm just going to lay this out there and you can tell me if you want to go with it or not. I can't control that. Okay? My Asian Uber driver couldn't get me to the airport quick enough. He was just like going down all these crazy alleys. I'm like, where are you going?
Now, are you saying that he actually did it really fast? Like,
no.
Okay, so you're saying like he was
6
really slow.
6 in the morning. There's no real traffic.
There's no
It took
traffic.
me over an hour to get to the airport.
Well, he was just taking side streets trying to.
I don't even know which way he was going. I was
Waze.
sleeping, and I wake up I'm like, we gotta be there. Nope, not there yet. I'm like, yeah.
Were you late? Did you miss it?
No, hand to God, bro. I got the pre-check. I got my bag.
Thank God for that, by the way.
I got my. I'm already checked in, bro. I left so early, right? I left so early. And then I walked up as they were calling my group to the gate.
I can't
That's
tell you.
how long.
That's amazing. How many? That's a synchronicity though, because that happened to me all the time, where I walk up at like the perfect time.
Well, that's a blessing. But what if I didn't have pre-check? I would have missed my flight.
Man. You're screwed.
Because this dude is like driving all over the place. Where is like Waze and Google got to be working with these gas companies to get us to just spend all this money on gas.
I think it's either that or they're working with the cities to manage loads on the roads and like moving people
You love
on the
managing
side
loads,
no,
bro.
Yeah, I know about managing loads, but let me tell you, I got a release valve that I operate fairly often.
Johnny, some people might take that as homophobic, what you just said.
No, it's my personal release valve here. I'm managing the loads. But no, dude, I definitely, there's something to that, because sometimes I'll be on Waze and it'll be like, hey, we want you to take this route now.
Yeah.
And it's not faster than the
Yeah,
other route.
yeah.
I'll go the way that I know.
My little
and it's
cousin
faster.
made me start using Google Maps.
Is it better?
It's way better.
Google, really? Okay.
And I hate it because it's Google.
Yeah, they're tracking you. That's their
And
payoff.
I'm like, okay, this is okay. Get my data. Enjoy my data.
China.
What are you gonna do with my stupid data?
China.
Hey, guy's boring. He likes butthole pictures on Instagram and fight videos. We got his data.
Butthole pictures.
And then he's really trying to resist watching pornography.
How can
That's
they
it.
tell? Like, what are you? You're just Googling everything but pornography?
No,
Is that
because
what
I'm just on because like I told you, I get those emails and I just see what my friends are doing,
I see.
and then I run away.
Do you unsubscribe from those mailing lists?
I want to so badly. It's hard for me to say goodbye.
Oh, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
So Johnny, a couple things. Remember this porno conversation.
Oh, okay. I'll hold it in my head.
I'm really upset at LAX because obviously they made a deal somewhere, and like I couldn't find Avion anywhere in the airport, and it's all
They're
weird
Coke products.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it, dude.
Yeah, it's a
Like
trap.
you're trash if you don't have Avion. That's my opinion.
That's your choice, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there that say you're trash. If you got a Nazi like tattoo, you're trash, right? Like, what are some other things?
What you can tell a person?
Yeah,
is
you're like,
garbage?
okay. I
Are
used
we
to have a
doing?
bit
Are you
called-
garbage? Is that what this is?
No. I used to have a bit called Shady Shit, and you could always tell if somebody's shady shit.
Yeah, like face tattoo
But is face tattoo still shady shit?
for a man.
A man.
For a man. Yeah.
A woman, they look amazing, right? They're like, oh my God, you're like they're always flowers.
If you wear a wife beater in public, like that's the only thing you're wearing.
Lawyers with ponytails was one. White women with cornrows.
White women cornrows,
That's
yeah.
another one.
Wife beater in public for sure. Like
White
somebody
beater
who's
in
just wearing
public.
a wife beater like to Target or whatever.
And it doesn't even matter if you're in great shape.
No, yeah. It's just,
Like if you're in great shape, it's almost worse.
well, I'm talking about like the traditional white like dad who's coming home to beat his kid like wife beater.
Do you
thing.
think that is the one term that will never leave culture is wife beater?
Yeah, it's just no. They
Like
haven't taken that
everyone's
up yet,
tried
have
to stop it, and everyone's like, it just works.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
You show me one man who wears that in public who
Right.
doesn't beat his wife, and
Yeah.
then I'll stop saying it. But I haven't seen no proof of that yet.
So Johnny, do you think if you suddenly got a wife beater, you just start smacking your fake
Can you imagine
girlfriend
how
around?
stupid I would look in a wife beater? My skinny arms, I would just look terrible. That'd be ridiculous. What is another one? Like, let's see. People who shave their eyebrows. That's a.
I gotta agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're doing, shaving your eyebrows, looking like you got alopecia.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody with alopecia?
No, don't want to either.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Wow, Johnny. Why don't you get alopecia phobic on this show?
I'm just kidding.
You're so phobic, bro. You called me out, and now you are phobic.
Let's see. What are some others? Men who wear eye makeup, like black eyeshadow. You know, like
That is pretty
eyeliner.
shady.
Yeah, that's shady.
Frosted tips. Can we say frosted tips?
Yeah, it depends on which cycle of fashion we're in, but right now that's definitely a warning.
Anybody
a
who
red
owns
flag.
a sword? Anybody owns a sword is shady.
Yeah, exception for Bowie knives. Like if you have a long knife, you're a hunter. Exception for you.
Yeah, maybe.
Machete.
Jury's still out on that one, Johnny.
If you're like Survivor Man, you need a machete to blaze a trail.
You're shady. You're freaking shady.
No, I'm okay with that.
What are there any more?
Oh, yeah, there have to be some more. I would say anybody who, yeah, now a man who has that nose piercing, the septum piercing.
Johnny, 100%. Anyone with a nose piercing.
Well, we're talking about the septum, though, the middle
like
part.
the bowl?
Yeah.
Like the bowl? Yeah, I always think that means they love anal. That's my honest opinion. I talked about that.
Do you have a septum piercing? Let us know if you love anal.
Yeah, please call in and tell us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, I'll give out the phone number.
Okay. Call in and tell us if my data research is correct.
Call us at 657-339-1338. Again, that's 657-339-1338.
New one, dude. Chicks who Photoshop every picture. That's shady.
Yeah, it's shady, and we know. They don't think we know, I think, but we can tell. It's not that good yet.
Yeah,
we know.
Well, it's
Madonna looking at you.
Yeah, Madonna. You're definitely too much. Anybody getting plastic surgery shady, right? Would you agree on that?
Face, yeah.
I mean, if I get my tits drained, is that shady?
That's not your face, though. The face is the window to the soul.
Face is that. But I'm gonna get my tits. I took a picture last night. My mammies are just huge. I got the fattest mammies, dog.
You tried cool sculpting, right? It didn't work.
It didn't work because I didn't work out enough. I think if I went back, I could. See,
that's the thing I don't get. You hear that a lot with like cool sculpting or certain diets. They're like, listen, you still gotta work out if you want this to work.
Yeah. You want all the gains, none of the pain. Is that what you're looking for, Johnny?
No, I'm just thinking what if I just worked out? That'd probably do most of what you're trying to do for me.
I'm back to fasting, so we'll see how it goes. I think fasting is the best way to lose weight.
Yeah, for me it's low carb, but
I don't know if I can get it. I talked to my friend the other day. She's like, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to get off wheat. I'm like, sounds miserable.
Wheat is bad for you.
Yeah,
wheat's bad.
Yeah, I mean everything's bad.
Not everything.
Some guy named Josh Leak, is that his name? He's on Twitter crushing it. He's talking about how broccoli's really bad for you. Like he's really waging war on broccoli.
Broccoli?
Broccoli.
Josh Leak, we think.
Yeah. Go on my Twitter.
Broccoli. Oh no, that's bad for me because I like broccoli.
Johnny, let's look at this.
Oh, my God.
Johnny, Fashion Week.
What is this?
This is Fashion Week,
Who's this lumbering beast of a person right here?
Dude, Johnny, be nice. Look at these pictures. Click these pictures, Johnny. Now, if you're at home, this is a famous tweet that went out. These were models that this fashion thing was doing. Now, the chick in the back, thick, right? She looks like that white trash chick.
The chick at the back. They're all...
The chick on the
far left?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the chick in the middle is bad. She's got knocky knees, right? I don't think she's bad.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What?
She looks crazy. Like if you give me the option, Jiu Jitsu, super gay, and her coming at me in an alley, I'm choosing either of the other two.
No way, dude. I'm hitting that. I'm making Blake Griffins, bro.
She looks like the older sister that used to beat the shit out of Leslie Jones. That's what she looks like. Leslie Jones' older sister that used to bully her.
She's attractive, Johnny, and I think you're just being ridiculous.
You got to imagine her without the weave.
Okay, the next one. Then the next one. There's another picture.
What, this person right here in the wheelchair?
Go on, we'll discuss that. And then this one. Obviously, the hottest one is the pregnant chick, right?
Yeah, because she's just pregnant.
She looks like something out of like Japanese anime, right?
Yeah, I mean, she just looks like Rihanna at the Super Bowl. That's what she looks like.
So if you had to hook up with one of the handicapped chicks, which one would it be?
I think they're the same person.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Are
Johnny.
they really not?
They're not the same person.
Are you sure?
They look like the same person, but they're not the same person at all.
How is that possible?
Because one has...
Where did they find like two Latinas in wheelchairs with mopey looks on their faces?
Yeah, it's not the same people. Look at their mouths, Johnny. They're not the same mouth.
Yeah, you're right, but that's so strange.
So which one would you hit?
Which of the wheelchair people?
Yeah. Pink or purple? I'd probably go
just
pink.
Flip a coin.
I'm going to pink.
They're the same to me. I'd probably go purple, but they're the same to me.
Yeah.
No, I'd go purple. She's a little prettier.
Yeah, so I would hit a couple of those.
I would not.
Why, Johnny?
I got better things to
Johnny,
do.
you're so judgmental.
Well, no, the pregnant woman is actually relatively.
I know how
attractive.
I love how they dress the pregnant one the hottest.
Well, I don't think they did. I think that she just happens to be hotter than the rest of them.
I know, dude.
Because you can see the pregnant woman. Well, this is. I mean, also that's the other problem with this woman here. What is she wearing?
I don't know.
I mean, she looks.
Outside of her knocky knees, I did it.
You're crazy,
Johnny.
So
Stop.
we don't have this guy telling me. If you know why broccoli's bad, please call us.
Keep going. We'll find it.
You're
Keep
talking
going.
about Sean Penn.
Just keep going.
You really hate Sean Penn, don't you?
Yeah, I can't stand. I mean, like,
See, he was on Mar the other day, and he's turned around on a lot of stuff too.
well, I don't care, man. I don't care. You are over.
This is
Dude,
great. This is so good.
Story.
This is so good.
This is
Forget
the
about Sean
craziest story.
Penn. Sean Penn can go to hell. This story is amazing. Tell him this story.
Insanity.
This guy. What's his name here? Sam Brinton, right? The guy who was in our government, who is what would you say, trans or whatever?
He was in. Was he? Yeah, he's like super queen.
That's not the official designation, but
he's like
also
you know what he is?
Puppy or whatever.
What they call
Yeah. He's the Q.
He's the Q. In LGBTQ.
Okay, Sam Brinton's the guy's name, and then he was. I'm sorry. According to Wikipedia, they served as deputy assistant secretary of spent fuel and nuclear shit, and and so this fashion designer has come out saying that they lost some luggage in 2018, and it was a one-off, a unique item of clothing. And that Sam Brinton has been filmed on TV wearing that item of clothing. So Brinton
this is a
luggage.
one of one, right?
A one of
She's
one.
saying it's one of one.
Custom made outfit.
Now go to her feed, Johnny. This is even crazier. If you go to her feed, go to her
This is her right
thing.
here. I got you. Okay.
It's not the only thing he's wore.
Oh, you're kidding.
Go down. That is her.
Even this jewelry was lost in my bag, she says. The balls on this person.
Literally the balls on this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you gotta be. Look at that.
Oh my.
Go up.
What are we looking at here?
Look
That
at
is
that.
it, right? That's the thing. My goodness.
That is so. Look at this. Another one.
Wait, is that?
No, it's a different.
Oh, it's it. Yeah, you're right.
Different outfit. Oh my God! 3 things. So if you guys are listening at home, it's
in Africa. So we should say it's like an African fashion designer. So these are very African influenced clothes.
The guy, his name is Sam again. Sam what?
Brinton.
Sam Brinton. Obviously, you remember when they sent him and the trans chick to represent America, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?
What are we doing? Yeah.
What are we doing here?" Yeah, John Leake, I think is his name, or Josh Leake, maybe. I don't know. Hold on, let me find out. I'll find out right now because he says.
And what did Sam Brinton got in trouble for something too, right? Didn't he have to resign or something like that, or get in trouble and almost resign? Hold on, what did they resign for?
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. So it was luggage theft. That's what they resigned for last year.
Yes, because he.
And so this is the proof of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I can't find it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I mean, that's the whole problem with this whole woke thing.
More than once they did this, according to the story. Stole luggage.
Yeah.
Just a serial luggage
But
thief.
he sold, then he got busted again stealing again.
Do you think in their own mind it was like what's that, Storage Wars, where it's like, what do I got this time? Let's open up the case.
His only argument is that we might have had similar luggage. That's his only argument.
More than once? Has that
3
ever happened to you?
times.
Have you ever done that? Taking someone else's luggage?
No. I am
have.
always amazed that more luggage isn't stolen. I'm always amazed by that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I'm like, we're just on the honor system here.
That's why I don't do check luggage if I can help it.
Well, I can't. I have to because I have such big luggage. I have to check in at some point too.
Why do you?
Hey guys,
what do you mean you have big luggage? Why don't you carry?
I'm flying out tomorrow tonight, Johnny.
But why don't you just do a carry-on?
Because I have.
You're only there for weekends. You shouldn't carry a big.
Oh, dude, you don't even know Dana. packs me like I'm going away for like
that's a huge
safari.
travel shortcut, dude. You got to that's a travel hack. You got to get around. You got to find a way just to never check luggage.
Just one pair of jeans.
What? No, a carry-on's big enough to put a whole week's worth of clothes in.
I need sneakers to perform in. I have a whole thing,
dude. I got extra. You can carry a full book bag and a rollerboard on an airplane.
I usually have to bring. Johnny, I gotta bring a lot of stuff.
There is no excuse for you, a single man on the road.
I'm bringing T-shirts to sell, a lot of them.
Oh, okay. If you bring a shit ton of T-shirts,
but Dana literally packs me like I'm going away for 3 weeks for when I go on a weekend.
Brother, pack light.
It's crazy.
It's the ultimate. That's the #1 travel hack is pack light. What you're about to promote your date, right?
Oh, yeah. Guys, tonight, we have some tickets left as of this recording for Spokane Comedy Club, Tripoli Comedy Night, Eddie Bravo, myself, Xavier Guerrero live. We're going to be doing some jokes, bringing some heat, dropping some hammer, okay? And then Tacoma sold out. Next week, very excited about being back at the House of Comedy in the Mall America, Thursday through Saturday. Go to samdrew.com. More dates are coming. More dates are coming. More dates are coming.
More dates are coming.
And, yeah, so what else I want to talk to? I'm trying to find
I'll hit you with some reviews real quick while you're looking.
All right, look at that. Reviews.
All right, 5 stars here from now. Tell me, this might be Chad Zumach? I don't know. 5 stars, and it says another 5-star. 5 stars until you invite me. Let's rap. Respect, dog. Z-man with a smiley face. 5 stars. Is that Chad? You think?
Chad is the Z-man.
I know, but is there somebody else?
Is somebody trying to start some stuff with Chad Zumach?
I don't know. They want to come on the show, but all they call themselves is Z-Man. So I don't know if it's
Z-Man,
Chad or,
that is the Zumach.
Well, I know he calls himself that, and we call him that too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's him.
It's possible.
Anyway, if that's you, Chad, just text me. Jesus.
5
stars, long Bitcoin. Are you not entertained? I've been listening to Sam regularly ever since he started TFH. His transformation at a personal level since then has been truly inspiring. I'm a huge fan of Johnny, too. You guys have great chemistry, and I wish you both continued success.
Thank
James.
you,
That's from
bit
James.
long guy.
James is his name.
James the bit long guy.
Long Bitcoin.
Long Bitcoin? Yeah. Me love you long time.
KD's #1. Sam hit Syracuse right on the head. Absolutely loved the take, he says. 5 stars. I don't know what your take on Syracuse was.
Well, wasn't it that it was like this weird mixture of old school conservative with new school progressive?
Right. That's it. You did say that.
And they had a mall named after a black stripper.
Oh, yeah. What was it? What was it again?
Destiny.
Destiny, right. That's funny. Sam Haney, 5 stars. Broken Simulation. This is my favorite podcast. Awesome. 5 stars from Volmat, 45. Fire. This is a favorite Sam Tripoli podcast. The best part of the show to me is Johnny reading the headlines and Sam reacting. But Sam, brother, as a Christian myself, hearing that you have become a new follower of Jesus, then within like a week, you're on all fours getting your butthole shaved by a ladyboy.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Is not the way forward. How do you think?
Read that again.
Okay. This is my favorite podcast, Sam Tripoli podcast. The best part is when Johnny reads the headlines and Sam reacting. But Sam, brother, as a Christian, myself, hearing you have become a new follower of Jesus.
Yes, I love Jesus.
Then within a week, you're on all fours getting your butthole shaved by a ladyboy.
Why is that bad?
That's not the way forward, he says. How do you think Jesus would react to seeing this?
Jesus ran around with what they're trying to tell us was a prostitute. I don't think she was. I don't even want to get into that because that's a different podcast. I don't understand why Jesus would have a problem with me shaving my beehole.
Did we ever say you were on all? I don't think you were on all fours.
Yeah, I did talk about that.
Oh, did you? You were on all four?
Yeah,
I thought
she
you were
carved out my beehole.
I thought you just turned over and you were laying flat.
She said roll over and then she just.
But you were on all fours?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you were just laying flat. Somehow that's way funnier. You on all fours.
Yeah,
that's
is funny. It's very vulnerable.
Oh no, Sam.
You never want to give up your back.
Wait, so is your beehole at like eye level for her?
Yeah, she's just doing work.
Oh no, what a trooper she is.
Good for her.
What a trooper.
I don't know why this guy's judging me. Listen, guys.
Judge not, lest ye be judged.
Listen, here's my whole opinion. I love Jesus. I love the teachings. I love spirituality. I'm not into organized religion. I'm just going to tell you that. But I just can't get into this thing where people are just like, I just don't want to hate people. And if they've done nothing to me or they don't hurt people and they're just living their lives, okay? and they're not hurting anybody.
I don't think he's judging the trans
I
person.
think she
He's
is.
judging you.
I think he is.
He's judging you.
He's judging me for just trimming down.
Yeah, for
Wanted
because
to take cleaner
you were the
dumps.
one who was naked, bending over with your butthole
I
spread
didn't
in
know I
front
was
of someone
naked.
else.
Maybe she just pulled down the.
That's naked, dude. Come on. You already said that too. You're
Johnny,
naked.
you know what, dude? You sound homophobic right now.
I'm just.
For
I'm
the
just.
guy who
I'm
just judged
explaining
me
this.
earlier.
I have no problems with you getting your b-hole shaved. This fella does.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think Christ is accepting in his heart of everybody.
I think you're right about that.
Right?
I do. I think you're right about that.
And I bet you.
I mean, Christ was wandering the desert. I think he probably would appreciate a clean b-hole.
If Christ would have gotten his shaved down, bro, he would have walked way quicker through the desert. I'm telling you right now, dude, because there is no resistance, no fur getting in the way. It's just
yeah, I'm sure
fat.
cleaning back then was a whole thing.
Awful,
yeah.
bro. Awful. Just get in there and go to town, bro. It's got to be the best.
Instead of washing their feet, he would have just handed them a sharp stick, like a sharp stone.
Would Jesus have shaved
this
his
is
v-hole?
from now.
Why
This
not?
is someone promoting their podcast. They're doing it in a 5-star review though, so we got to let them. Guinness Book of Guinness Records certified best podcast. We've been listening to Broken Sim since episode 1 and Tinfoil Hat since before I came on, Johnny. You guys are the reason we decided to put out our own podcast, a podcast with two middle-aged buffoons talking about video games and pop culture. Check out Gamer Athletes on Apple and Spotify. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you, sir. All right, and then this person, Kyle Rivera, says, have you seen the new Smokey Robinson album? Gasms, he says. It's a good one.
Is it?
That's what he says. I haven't
Hold
heard
on,
it.
somebody just left a comment about Smokey Robinson?
Yeah, promoting that album, dude.
Do you
Smokey
think it was
Robinson
the Z-Man, Chad Zuma?
No, it's somebody else. But that's funny. What if it's that's how Smokey Robinson promotes his albums? He just leaves a bunch of 5-star reviews.
Hey,
Not a bad
dude,
idea.
leave us a 5-star review. We'll promote anything.
Yeah, of course. Area code 870, 5 stars. My atrocity as I followed YouTube advice. Okay, he has an atrocity, this guy.
Okay.
He followed YouTube's advice and put 6 50-pound bags of ice melt in the back of his 2003 Toyota Tacoma for better traction on the ice. Here's what happened.
Hold on. State this again.
So he took melted ice or ice melt, which I think is just like big chunks of ice, right?
Yeah.
And put them on the back in bags, 50-pound bags, 6 of them. So, 300
so he
pounds.
did this
of,
6 times.
300 pounds of ice in
Yeah.
the back of his truck to weigh down the back end so it get better traction.
Yeah.
Now, I hope it was rear-wheel drive because otherwise he wasted his time. But anyway, in his 2003 Toyota Tacoma for better traction in the ice. Lost traction, flew into oncoming traffic, and got T-boned by a Toyota 4Runner. I spent Christmas in the hospital, and my insurance company called me and said, you don't have enough to pay for the damage to the other vehicle. I said, yes, I don't have enough to pay for the other damage to the Toyota 4Runner. That's why I have insurance. So he took YouTube advice and got screwed over there.
Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? Because we all follow YouTube advice thinking that it's going to tell us, hey, this is how to do it proper.
I don't believe any of that shit.
I mean, we've had our good friend of many of my shows, Scott Armstrong, on, and he's talked about how he's become a handyman by learning YouTube videos.
What if he's just doing it all wrong, just going around destroying homes?
But people are like, I love that.
5 stars Cab says, this is so funny. This lady...
Is that weird? A Tacoma hit a Tacoma? I mean, a Toyota hit a Toyota?
Yeah, Toyota on Toyota violence.
Yeah, that's some weird stuff. That's like Kung Fu theater.
This is funny.
Japanese on Japanese crime.
This lady boy is like $20 and a high five. That's a phrase that my entire town heard as I pumped gas in Southern Connecticut this morning. Broken Sam and Tinfoil Hat, 2 epic podcasts for free in one place. So I guess you were talking about the lady, you're getting your butt waxed or shaved. Yeah, and everybody heard that in his town while he was pumping gas.
Loved it.
You're taking a risk. If you're playing this with the windows open, you're taking a risk.
It's the right risk. Go all in. All in.
Hammer time, 1701. Sam, I gotta go, Johnny. Johnny reads the next news article.
Yeah, Johnny, I think you're starting to really enjoy that.
Simply amazing. You guys rock, he says.
Yeah, I think you're really starting to enjoy that.
He enjoys it too.
Yeah, the power. You're starting to get a little
There's
power
no power
hungry.
there. There's
you
no
love power. I have places to go, and you just keep going.
You're a power bottom, you know.
I'm not power bottom, Johnny.
All right. Man, we got a lot this week. CC Mac, A+. I love this podcast. Sam and Johnny A. Woodard are a better duo than Jeffrey and Ghislaine. They work so well together. Please come to Ripon in Northern California. You ever heard that?
I haven't, but I will go there.
So you can do a live stream from my restaurant, brothers, or at least come by so I can make a meal for you two in exchange.
Yeah, what kind of restaurant, bro?
All the high quality entertainment you've given me.
Thank
over the
you,
years.
bro.
This is a review, so I can't ask it questions, Sam. I would love to, but I can't. So
I'm asking questions to the ether, you fuck. Okay, just talking. It's called a podcast. People talk on it. Am I supposed to sit silently while you read reviews? I mean, that's fun. Why don't we just get out a Tylenol package and read the instructions?
This person says, FYI, 5 stars. After we said that we tried to get rid of the wax ads, I put an ad spot there and told people to let us know, and apparently they did play for this guy.
What?
Jab ads. We got one. This guy got one right after we said
jab ad?
we didn't. We were trying to opt out of those.
We're trying to opt out.
I'll talk to them about it.
We don't want to push it.
And then this guy says, makes sense. You talk about opting out of CBDCs, yet you still use autopay on your bank account. That's the best. Homie, you need to make sense. 100%.
Please stop.
You're going to put your kids into private school and then at the same time say private school kids are ruining the world. Make some sense. The tweaker brain never left you, homie. You might be sober, but your mind is still tweaking.
Hey, yeah?
That's from Ricky Sticky Icky.
I know who it is. I already know who it is. It's that guy who gets angry at me all the time when I don't credit him for stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, okay. Read it again so I can address.
Okay.
You want tweaker energy? Go on.
You talk about opting out of CBDCs,
Yes.
yet you're using autopay on your bank account.
Okay. What?
I don't think that's relevant. That's not a good point.
That's not at all.
Yeah,
that's a guy who connects all the dumb dots.
Yeah, that
okay?
doesn't make any sense.
That guy, he's like, he looks at one of those things with all the dots and all he sees is stupid.
Now,
all
this
right?
one, this next one makes sense.
Stop. First of all, okay? Okay? I want to tell you something.
So funny.
If it wasn't for robots, I would have shit credit. I have 800 credit because of robots. Auto pay. I'm playing the game. I'm using my bots versus their bots. All right? So stop it. What are you doing? Where's all your money, bud? If you got any money, where's your money?
Oh, don't attack him about money.
No, what are you talking about?
You sound like an elitist.
I'm not
If you got money.
I don't. What are you talking about, Johnny? What are you talking about? Dude, I was broke till I was 43 years old, Johnny, okay?
And now you're challenging him on his money?
No, what I'm challenging him on is if you would let me finish the point I was making.
You're never done making a point.
What are you talking about? The guy who just keeps reading stupid stories? Hey, I gotta go. Oh,
Stupid stories. Are you insulting the news? The favorite part for half the people who listen to the show?
Okay, then start your own podcast where you do that. Listen to me.
I can't do a podcast where I read you the news. That doesn't make any sense.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay? My point was.
We're trying.
My point was.
Please
not
tell
to
us,
question
Jesus.
how much money you have, but my point was, where are you keeping your money? Is it under your pillow? Is it in a hole in the backyard?
In a jar.
In a jar? Or are you putting it in the bank? Because if you're putting it in the bank, okay, then you're playing the game too. All right? And if you have a system that pays your bills when they're due and helps your credit get better,
You're so mad about this.
how am I an asshole? Next point. What do you bring up?
This next one is a good point to me, I think.
Okay.
100% you're going to put your kids into private school and then at the same time say private school kids are ruining the world.
100%. Great point. You go, oh, that's hypocritical. I could either put my kids in a private school when I can talk to them, or I can go to a public school where they can learn CRT, right? Yeah. Where they so what's worse?
There
What's
aren't
worse?
any good public schools here.
But it's all CRT if it's a public school. Like Santa Monica, they say their public schools are as good as private schools. But it's all CRT. Some of these private schools don't teach CRT. That's the point.
Yeah. I would just try to go to a big one if you could.
What?
Just a bigger private school, at least to get like the feel of like being exposed to a lot of people. If you're going to send a private school, try to find the biggest
right,
one. Right,
100%, Johnny. But don't public schools.
I'm not arguing with you.
You are.
No, I'm not.
You're grabbing his. You go. He has a good point.
That
there.
is a good point. Yeah.
What?
Well, you should probably stop making fun of people who go to private schools.
But not everybody in a private school turns out to be a woke piece of shit.
That doesn't worry you at all that you're going to leave your kids with money and a private school education.
So what should I do?
No, I'm just saying.
What should I do,
don't
Johnny?
See any kind of...
Should I send my kids to these failing public schools? That's what my question is. What is worse?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I wonder if you're going to tone down the thing about private school trust fund kids when your kids might end up someday being private school trust fund kids.
Never. Because I go to these meetings and it's all trust fund kids.
What meetings?
When I used to take meetings in these in Hollywood.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It was all like private school
I thought
kids.
you were talking about AA for a second. I was like, what?
No. That's got a lot of those too, but there's regular 9-to-5ers in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the answer is, Johnny.
No, that's a difficult one. That's tough. I agree.
So what do you go? A failing school or a private school?
I would try to go to a state that had a good public school system. Probably if I was you.
I would love to move. Right now. I'm dealing with just trying to raise good children. That's all I can say at that point. Next point. What else?
Okay. I think that was it.
That's all his points were?
Yeah, he just says make some sense. The tweaker brain never left you. You might be sober,
this
but
guy's
your
got
mind,
tweaker brain too.
Your mind is still tweaking.
Yeah, okay.
That's a funny way.
Yeah.
Cherokee 707.
Lazy ass thinking right there.
That one thing is a good point. That's a difficult situation you're in.
It's not a difficult situation.
You are. You don't think. You just said you're in a difficult situation.
No, I'm in another difficult situation. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I got
all right.
Yeah. You got me. You got me with the song at the end. Thanks for all the content. I think he's talking about the Mapache song I played about loving your dog at the end of the episode where we talked about my dog dying. Joaquin XX says, funny, but Sam and Johnny are always entertaining, but after the Machine Gun Kelly thing, I'm starting to believe they are both controlled opposition.
Oh, here we go. Really? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
What are you Did you not hear the episode where we explained that whole thing?
So those guys who went after me before posted a picture of me and him. And they're like, it rubs off. I forgot what
I saw that, yeah.
Right? And then you see all the comments were like,
oh,
apparently you
they
don't
got
listen
destroyed.
to Broken Sim.
Yeah, they got destroyed. Yeah, I'm glad. Because that's idiotic.
It's so dumb. They're all so stupid.
Man, we got a lot of reviews. Okay. Johnny and his trusty co-pilot Sam continue to do the Lord's work about this super entertaining on the super entertaining podcast.
Thank you.
I want to commend them on spreading word about super heavy leg syndrome, not to be confused with SCLS, which everybody knows is short chubby leg syndrome.
You're so funny.
Speak up for those being left behind during brisk walks, and now that simply can't join any brisk walks because of the heaviness. Listening for years. That's from Chick Nodnick. Dead Man Voting, 5 stars. Love it. Very entertaining. Thank you. Masks will save you.
Oh, dude, there's people. Dude, there were people at the Comedy Store last night in mass that you would never have guessed that they would be falling for this stupid. I mean, like, they're so
Really?
smart in every other aspect, and they're still walking around with masks on.
What are we doing?
Like, I can't believe it.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's so dumb.
And I wanted to say something. Why are you doing this? Why? Look around. Do you think we're all going to drop dead?
You can't reach them.
In 2023?
Nah, it's too late for them. If they're still doing it, man.
Then I drove off and I saw them on stage. No mask. Like what? Because you're on stage?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
The perfect position to breathe molecules down in everybody's
It's so
face.
dumb
And
because
now you're
isn't the
fine.
rule is, remember back 2 years ago when they're like, if you stand, wear a mask. If you sit, don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
And now you're standing higher than everybody else on the stage.
So stupid.
It's crazy to me.
It's idiotic.
Because this person's so funny and like they get it. They're not a politically correct person. They're the opposite of that. So they have all the characteristics of someone who would never wear a mask.
I don't get
And
it.
then 2023, in almost March. It's February. It's almost March.
It always surprises me when somebody who's really into that shit is just smart and funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's shocking to me.
It's shocking to me.
Last one here. The name is George from New York. I found this podcast while searching my daughter's phone for lewd pictures.
Jesus.
I think he's joking. I've been hooked ever since. I was wondering if you guys had any good ideas for a GoFundMe. I really need some extra cash. I've tried to sell my daughter's pictures, but she busted me and has since moved out. I tried selling pictures of my wife sleeping, but didn't earn much. You don't sell stuff on GoFundMe. I have to help you with that.
This guy's trying to be wacky, but he's being creepy.
Any tips?
Nobody wants a GoFund creepy, by the way.
Any tips you can give me would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, great show, guys. If I could send you some pictures for you to critique. We don't want your pictures.
No, especially if your daughters, bro. I have kids. Shut up. That's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Sam is the man. Thank you, Sam. That's from Krill. 5
Thank
stars.
you. Krill, I love you. You're still creepy. Okay.
No, that's a different person.
Okay. Krill, you're not.
That was Masks Will Save You.
Okay. Masks Will Save You.
Yeah.
This guy. All over the place. All over the place. It was just weird. But thank you for the 5-star reviews.
Oh my God. We got 3. Man, there's so many ads. I mean, so many. Thank you for your 5-star reviews. Cole Mac 35. Drink Mexican Coke, Sam and Johnny. Hi guys, Cole here. I called a while back and forgot to say what I wanted to say, so I spoke real slowly and hung up. Anyways, longtime listener to all of your shows. You guys are good people.
Thank you.
I too am attracted to cross-eyed, large-chested women. Even better if they walk with a bounce in their step. Right?
I respect that.
You guys can come and watch me and my pregnant wife get down for science if you want.
Well, you talk that. Everybody in New Jersey, I had a bunch of people come up to me going, hey, we offered to let you watch us have sex and you didn't do it. You all are talking. You all are talking. You're talking big game.
When the Zoom link arrives, then we'll do it. Let's get the Zoom link.
Let us know. Call in with your lady and tell us why you're not effing around.
Get us on the FaceTime.
What's the number?
Yeah, I never believe it until I hear the woman's voice.
Yeah,
too.
I need a woman there.
Because the guy's just like, yeah, dude, you can watch me bowl my chick anytime. Yeah. And then he asks her, and she's like, what are you talking about?
One time in San Diego, I was doing La Jolla Comedy Store, and she was totally down, and he wouldn't do it.
That's so interesting.
And she was hot.
I would say that's uncommon.
And she was very interesting because she was the first time now I look back, I remember a chick in yoga pants. Because I remember
the first time you remember that, really?
Yeah. Well, I remember a girl, because this is how long, I mean, dude, Johnny, when I tell you this, it's got to be 8 years ago. It's like forever.
I believe you remember that, because yoga pants are so striking. Like, when you see them, you're like, oh.
For the first time?
Yeah,
when you see camel toe for the first time, in the yoga pants, you're like, what is this? This timeline's insane. Like, we live in a world where camel toe is a fashion statement, bro.
It really is.
Like, women are using it to lure the other sex in.
It's almost like they got jealous of guys during, with the sweatpants, where you can hang dong a little.
Like, and I gotta be honest with you, man. I love women, and like somebody said, Johnny, by the way, they blamed you for the misogyny on this show, that you brought misogyny to the show.
What are you talking about?
I don't agree with it.
No.
If you go to YouTube comments, we should read some of the YouTube comments. You should go on.
They're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the YouTube comments.
Yeah. So
that's insane.
She's like, ever since Sam's been working with Johnny, there was a misogyny before.
Sam was a misogynist way before
a misogynist. I love the people and all the ladies.
And Sam was working with me way before I joined Tinfoil Hat, we should say. So if that's your timeline, it don't add up.
By the way, it's hilarious. So this woman that I follow on Instagram, because I'm a knuckle-dragging scumbag, she just does this thing where she does videos with her legs behind her head.
This is my fault, of course.
Johnny, it is your fault.
I made you do that. I made you go into the Broken Sim account and just follow a bunch of naked yoga chicks.
I don't do it.
You did it.
So it's just so weird because the new thing is like yoga pants with spread eagle.
I've seen that.
And it's like that they consider that content. And then
content.
And then the other thing is like comedy about bouncing boobs.
That's not.
It's got to be the lowest form of stand-up. It's got to be I don't know if you remember when we had a woman who did words and she came on and she was like, puns were considered the lowest form of comedy.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Right. I think the only thing lower than, and I love puns.
Like I don't know what you're talking about with the bouncing boob comedy, honestly. I've never seen that.
Like, you've never seen on Instagram where girls are like, ha, 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 and they just like do this thing that makes their boobs slap, and they're trying to be funny.
No, I don't know what
you're
talking about.
Can you believe my tits are shaking?
We follow different accounts, obviously, because I've never seen that.
So your search on Instagram isn't fight videos and buttholes.
No.
What is yours?
I don't search Instagram.
You don't go on Instagram search and see what
I never
new
do
is?
that. No. I never do that. I only
Get on your phone. Show me what it is.
Do my timeline. I don't have a search history. I've never searched Instagram. Like if you did searches, yeah, there's no search here.
Okay. All right.
Nothing. I got popular here, but
What
it's
do you mean?
like it tells me what the popular things are in search, like popular searches, like Mardi Gras tattoo designs, whatever that is, spring nails. But this is the first thing. Look at this.
Oh, by the
Earl
way,
and
yeah,
Brody.
last night was Brody Stevens, I think 4-year.
Oh no,
4 years. Can you believe it's already been 4 years?
I'm sorry to hear that. If we didn't get your reviews, leave them again. We'll get to them. We had a lot this time.
We had a
Sorry about
lot, bro.
that. We love them though. Thank you.
We love them.
Thank you.
We got some phone
And to
calls.
the lady blaming me for misogyny, just take a hike. I don't know
No,
what you're
Johnny,
talking about.
we have 5 female listeners. We got to respect them.
Oh,
They
yeah,
can say whatever they want.
You're right.
They
Fair
can
enough.
say whatever they want.
You're right. You're right.
Go off.
I'm a piece of shit. You're right. It's my fault. Everything Sam ever did wrong is my fault. Blame me.
There you go. Johnny, what episode is this? So let's add all the tinfoil hat episodes, all the punch drunk episodes, and all the broken sims, and you put them together. That's how many episodes it took you to get to the right place.
Instead of reading our normal ads, I just want to tell you all about our Rockfin and Patreon channels. This week especially, we're going to have to cut out a few segments out of the standard episode because of copyright and a few other reasons. You can hear the extended version of the show ad-free on Rockfin and Patreon. Rockfin is video only, but Patreon offers video as well as an RSS-style audio feed that gets piped directly into your podcasting app. That's $5 a month. Check both of those out at rockfin.com/broken simulation and patreon.com/broken simulation. Thanks.
You've got mail.
Here's another person promoting something, but they're saying a nice compliment, so I feel like we kind of have to just let this go.
Johnny and Sam, my name is Thomas from Texas.
Hey.
Just wanted to say I absolutely love listening to Broken Sim, Tinfoil Hat. You guys are amazing. I always look forward to your latest episodes. I like the way you guys tackle topics with humor. It's refreshing. Especially that Tinfoil Hat episode of Alistair Crawley. And Sam was pissing. He
Was
got
that Mark
super
you were
pissed
mad at?
off, and he was pissing off his host. That was amazing. That was great.
You
But
destroyed
anyways,
Stop it. Does this
Sam,
sound
I know.
Does this sound like that Chris Farley episode when he's with like interviewing Paul McCartney, right? He's like, "Hey, you remember that time? That was awesome, right? That was so cool."
Yeah. There's a what would you say like a plotting sort of pace to his
Call?
his voicemail. Yeah,
No, I think it's he is
deliberate.
What he is he's a nice guy.
That's it. Yeah,
Or Johnny, I know you're trying to get Sam a pellet grill.
I am.
You should check out my YouTube channel. It's called Fully Smoked on YouTube. Dude, there's lots of like recipes for like tri-tip. There's tacos.
I love tri-tip.
Brisket, all sorts of stuff.
All right, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, I got to teach you my tri-tip recipe. I'm telling you,
All right.
once you learn it, bro, it's the best. It's the
Johnny,
best
I'm
meal.
literally as soon as I'm blessed to move into a new place I just saw because I gotta get out of my tiny place. I'm gonna start a cooking show.
Again?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't have a grill on your current place. Why didn't you do that?
Well, we
the
would grill
deck
once
is
in a
bigger
while.
than the house,
Yeah, we
really.
were gonna grill once in a while, but I just need a bigger space for my girls.
I appreciate
to
that.
run around and wreck shop.
What did you ever do? I never thought about this until right now. Like, if you had to bring a TV, like a big ass TV or something, you had to carry it all up all those stairs. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Well, imagine back in the day when TVs were huge.
Yeah, dude.
Now they're like thin in there. The best part of like, it's so funny how cheap TVs are now. And you're like, it's so cheap. It's awesome. Like, yeah, because they're listening to you.
That's such a good point. Yeah, that's what drove the technology was the listening devices getting smaller. Okay, here's another one.
Tinfoil hat territory, but I think Johnny's probably going to enjoy this one as well
I'm
too.
on
So,
tinfoil
Is this
hat.
the same
Anyway,
guy? Is this a
It
different?
might- no, it's a
personally believe that
Different.
there is a likely chance that the East Palestine train derailment was
Palestine.
an inside job. I mean, we talk about 9/11 being an inside job. This is not as complex as 9/11. This is pretty easy to do. And, I mean, just look at the man who is the director of transportation in our country right now, Pete Buttigieg. Do you know his past background? He worked for McKinley. McKinley, they're the white collar Blackwater. They're, XE or whatever. They're mercenaries. They are mercenaries in Afghanistan doing quote unquote nation building. And do you know what they were doing? They were having families in Afghanistan sign waivers to say, oh yeah, the cancer that your family had wasn't caused by depleted uranium. This guy, Pete Buttigieg, only a decade ago, or like this is how he got his start, was trying to obfuscate blame off of depleted uranium. Look up depleted uranium in Iraq. Iraq and Afghanistan, we all know about this. So it's like, we trust this man with our transportation, and I know, if it's on him, it's going to be somebody else. Yeah, most likely. But why are we having operators, like actual agent CIA operators, running our transportation?
He's right.
It seems like it's kind of...
Johnny, there's a picture right now of a fire on the track, and I'm like, how's that not seen as a possible explosion?
It's great.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they're doing it from the inside. 100%.
I mean, and the idea that Mayor Pete has any political career at all, Pete Buttigieg, it just tells you the power of the CIA.
You remember that there was this whole thing that all these CIA people were running for Democratic positions?
Yeah.
I'd love to know how many of them actually won their. Can you look that up, Johnny? How many of the CIA, former CIA intelligence agents that ran under the Democrats won their election?
That's going to be so hard to look up.
Any other calls?
Totally right.
Yeah, we're going to start doing more of those.
Hello, gentlemen. I just wanted to say that you're killing it. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I went out to see Sam at the Dojo of Comedy, and he killed it. Talked about, only thing he didn't talk about was the stripper in a wheelchair joke. That's the one thing that I was sad about. However, he went on with 40 minutes. He just broke out of his set and did 40 minutes on manifestation, sat down in the chair like Big J. Okerson, and just went off about how we have the ability to change, and it's all mental. Some shit like that.
Bro.
Anyway, what I'm really calling you about is an atrocity that I myself committed, and I need to get off my chest. On my 21st birthday, I went out, we're young, stupid kids. We went out to the strip club. Okay, I got too drunk. They ended up kicking me out. All my buddies were still inside the club. I'm out there. My phone dies. What am I going to do? So I'm asking people, hey, you got a charger? You got a charger? Nobody. Finally, there's this one guy. He's like, yeah, I got a charger.
Can I just say really quickly, isn't it amazing how that's a proper emergency now? If you're out in public, away from home, and your phone's about to die, you hear what he said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Yeah, but think about this.
No, but isn't it amazing now how reliant we are on
Do you know your mother's number?
No, hell no. I don't know any numbers.
Yeah.
No. I do know my mother's, actually.
Dude, when I was in jail,
I know my mother's.
When I got arrested for buying drugs off a hooker, I couldn't remember Dana's number.
I only know my immediate family numbers because they've had the same cell phone.
I don't know my dad's number.
Years.
I don't know my brother's number.
I don't know four numbers.
I know Dana's number now.
The one number I do know is the Naval Observatory Master Clock. I got this idea from the office, the UK office. If I ever need to pretend to make a phone call, it's a number where you just call and it tells you the time. And it's 202-762-1401, I think, something like that. And you call and it's like, this is the Naval Observatory Master Clock. The time at the mark will be 12:01. Doot. Like that, and it just repeats over and over again. And sometimes if I ever have to get out of something, I've memorized that number so I can just call it. Isn't that funny? But those are the only numbers. That one to get out of stuff, and then my immediate family. But yeah, it's a proper emergency, dude. If your phone is dying and you're out away, you can't charge it. You're
Where
screwed.
are you gonna go, bro?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go?
How are you gonna Google sports scores?
Yep. I need to write down everyone's number on a piece of paper, put it in my backpack.
I remember my last moment before the phones took over. I remember it very vividly. It was in college, and a friend of mine, we were out eating, some friends of mine from college, and a friend of mine thought that it was Rob Corddry in Anchorman, and it's Dave Koechner as the ball guy.
Yeah.
It's clearly Dave Koechner.
Yeah.
And all of my friends were like, no, it's Rob Corddry, dude. And I'm like, it's really not. And we were like, dude, I bet you $20 it is. When we get home, we're going to Google it. And then when we got home, nobody had a phone that could do any of that stuff, dude. When I was in college, and this was like the last moment. We got home, and they were all mine. They were like,
"Do you know what
I can't believe it?"
Did I ever tell you that I was able, because there was a time on iPhones that you couldn't do the internet and call at the same time.
Yeah.
And I started doing it on my phone before. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing it, bro. They don't even I don't even know if this technology exists. And I'm calling people and I'm surfing the web at the same time.
It's, you know what the new one is now? It's one that you can edit text in iMessage, and another one you can unsend text messages now if they haven't been delivered yet.
That is the most mind-blowing shit ever.
Isn't that crazy?
And I love it.
You can unsend if they haven't. It's like the first 2 minutes. If the person hasn't like been delivered to their phone yet, or they haven't read it, you can unsend it. It'll tell them that it got unsent, but they won't see it.
Yes, that's great technology.
Great technology. Why didn't we have this before?
It's unbelievable.
Anyway, okay, this is a good atrocity that he committed.
You got to help me get my motorcycle on the back of this truck.
A guy offered the
I'm
charger.
like, oh, okay, yeah, man. I'm stupid drunk. I barely remember this. I said, yeah, I'll help you. So he gets a pipe, puts it in the front wheel of the motorcycle. We lift it onto the back of this truck and successfully get it on the truck. After I'm done the next day, he helps me, gives me a charger. Everything's great. The next day I wake up and I said, I think I just helped a man steal a motorcycle.
You totally did, by the way.
Nobody needs help getting a motorcycle on the back of the truck if it is not yours. Anyway, that's an atrocity I committed, and still kind of eats away at me.
Oh my God! You totally stole a truck.
And the other atrocity,
motorcycle.
You didn't tell the cops. You should have told the cops. I mean, like, you should have gone back there. Anybody missing a motorcycle?
That is crazy.
That
is hilarious. Hey, man,
just found the drunkest guy around.
Just help me do something.
Just help
me get my motorcycle into my car. Hey. Why do you have a motorcycle here and a car? Well,
help me get my Harley. I mean my Suzuki on the back of the truck.
That is great. That's up for call of the year. Can you write that down?
Yeah, I can. All right, 857 call of the year. This is I want to hear your take on this. This is a good question.
Bryan Callen, you're on Broken Sim right now.
Hey, well, I was calling to just do a little mea culpa and say that after listening to my friend Eric Weinstein on Joe Rogan, I might be coming over to the conspiracy side.
How come? This is the best thing about Bryan Callen, and I love him so much. And we're on the podcast. Bryan, I tell Bryan everything. He doesn't believe me. We just go at it on show, and then we hug at the end, and then somebody else says it in a different voice, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
that's
I think
so
no."
But Sam, he's a theoretical mathematician and a physicist.
Yeah, Bryan, and I'm a dick joke comic who had a crystal meth problem. What's your point?
Right, that's a problem. The problem is when you say I don't believe in nuclear bombs, you go big bombs go boom.
Yeah.
He tends to have
Hey, Bryan, quick question. Bryan, quick question. Is Palestine, Ohio an inside job?
That is not an inside job. That is clearly just a mistake that happened because trains derail, and sometimes they're carrying.
You are wrong, sir. Goodbye.
That's so funny.
I used to have a show with Chad Zumach called Bye Chad.
Bye Chad, yeah.
It was the greatest show ever.
The greatest show that nobody listened to, but it was great.
I would call Chad, and then I would see how long I could go before he made me hang up on him.
It's the best idea for that. Was so funny.
Should I bring it back with Chad?
I mean, I loved it, but nobody listened to it, unfortunately. But it was the best idea for a show that nobody ever heard. I will say that, except me.
I would just call him.
It's such a good idea for a show. Like that's an idea you could pitch to a network for like an Adult Swim 5-minute thing in between shows.
Well, you know, if Chad went to jail, we were going to do a podcast from jail.
You hang up. Do you accept the charges from Dade County Correctional?
We're going to, and I would love to still do it. I'm open-minded to it.
Get arrested, Chad. Let's do this. Come on.
I'm open-minded to it.
All right. Here's a question that I just think you're uniquely qualified to answer here. So what do you think about this?
Okay. I have a pretty interesting question for Sam, actually.
Stop this.
Like, so.
Stop. Stop it.
Oh, I'm trying to.
Is it me or the last 3 calls
No,
sound
this
like
is
the
the
exact
same guy as the first guy, but the other one's not. This is the same. But this
is this the guy who went off on the Palestine?
Yeah.
Okay, call him
I
back.
think so. Yeah, but this is actually an earlier call.
Okay.
And he's asking for some advice from you in a genuine way. So I think.
What's your opinion on like open micing for somebody that kind of just wants to do it as a hobby? And, you know, I think maybe I'd be decent at it. And, you know, I have a lot of stories and I kind of feel sad sometimes that the stories are fleeting and they escape me and stuff. So, you know, there is a local place that I know that's doing open mics, and I figured, hey, you know, I got a little notebook. I'm writing down some bits. You know, I'm trying to concise them, trying to like get them down to a point. I know this is a bad example because I'm ranting already, but you know, you get the point there. So, you know, just to let you know that maybe you're giving us all some spirits to maybe talk ourselves. And hey, you know what? Honestly, it's not that bad. Hey, I would rather somebody tell me a joke than listen to some asshole. Actually, you know, I kind of like acoustic guys anyways, playing some music. Hey, you know, entertainment's entertainment. There we go.
Thank you for the call. I would say 100% go up on stage. You can Google, you know, your local city open mics. There's usually like Facebook groups for local open mics. 100% go up there and do that. 100%. And listen, you're basically looking at stand-up the same way I'm looking at Jiu Jitsu, which is I don't really have a destination, which is something very unusual for me. Most of the stuff that I do, I have a goal with it. So if you're going in there with just having fun, just go have fun. Just know open mics are meant to be hard and nasty because it's meant to weed out people.
Can I ask you a question about that, though? Because I know that there are people, especially out here, who look at people like hobbyists as they're taking time away from them. I know. I heard that from
anyways.
people.
They're going to think that anyways. There's going to be people at the open mic level that look at stand-up as boxing, which could be only one. And it's just not true.
That used to be you, right?
Well, I mean, like, I was competitive, okay? I wanted to be the fastest gunslinger for a short time. But I did create the Vegas comedy scene. Mm. Like, there was no scene really outside of Doug Stanhope. He had left, and it had disintegrated. There was nothing going on, so I created it. And so I always wanted to help people. So I've always been of the place where it's like groups rise. So if someone's like, dude, you're just wasting your time, then who cares what that person
Not
thinks?
wasting their time. I mean, like,
Taking
I know
up
people
space.
in LA, you're taking up time that could be used by people who are trying to make this their life. You know,
Yeah,
they're
I
dedicated
just
to it.
think that's wasted energy, and that I just think you're always going to run into either purists or just cutthroat scumbags that just think comedy is about one person, which is a long time ago type of mentality. Now it's more like groups rise. The more you work together, the more you rise. You get each other gigs. You get a gig. Help your buddy get a gig on that. They get a gig. They bring you on you, and you just go up there. The biggest thing I gotta say is, like, when you're starting out, try to start off by stating your premise. Words cost money. Pretend words cost money. And then that's it. Keep it short. State the premise. Right?
Got it. It's good advice.
That's
from
it.
A professional
Keep it
comedian.
simple. Why do hookers get in to crappy cars, right? Instead of going, you ever notice like women who are walking the street, you always know when they're a hooker, they how they're dressed. You're like, oh, you're just not going for a job. Like, don't go into any of that when you're first starting. State it. Why do hookers get in shitty cars? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, bam, you're in it, and you've solidified. They know what the joke is now about. You're in it.
You kind of set the terms of the joke, right?
Yeah, they need to be able to. Stand-up comedy is the most magical thing. Like, I watched Tony Rock last night. Absolutely annihilated comedy.
You really like him, though. I haven't seen him much, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's the most underrated comic on planet Earth.
Really?
And
Wow.
he's still on planet Earth. You could drop Tony Rock anywhere and he'll annihilate. He's at that point where people don't want to follow him. My problem is like I love the darkness and weirdness of my life, and I'm so worried about being hacky that I don't want to talk about very relatable shit.
Wait, you don't want to talk about like your family life and shit like that? Is that what you mean?
It's very hard for me because I don't like to get too much into my personal life in that when it comes to
But is it because of that or because you don't want to be relatable?
No. It's not that I don't want to be relatable. It's that the things that I find funny might not be relatable. Like I love talking about what makes me different. And I like talking about things that people think are taboo. That I don't think are taboo. That I think are life. Like the things that people don't want. You know, and when they say, oh, he said the quiet thing out loud.
Yeah.
That's what I like to talk about.
I've seen you do stand-up, a lot. And not as much as some people, but a lot. And I feel like you, now that you've kind of mellowed as a human and gotten family-centered, you have this like new level that you're finding, like where you do the thing where you sit down and just talk about manifestation for 40 minutes, like the guy was talking about. That's totally. I think that's another. That's like a higher level for you.
Yeah,
because I think you're like that's becoming your stand-up is just kind of you're becoming more conversational and like free flowing, and to me that's a higher.
What I'm getting
form
away
of the art.
from, Johnny,
That's a higher
is
form.
this desire to have a laugh every 2 seconds, which is when you're coming up is what you need. And now I'm so long into it that I just got to let it go. And I'm just really drifting away from any kind of structured comedy like industry system. That's where I'm at. Like, I really would love to just go on the road one time and just be like, this is just going to be me talking. And if there's any laughs, it's fun. But I'm just going to do just a straight up stream of consciousness.
Are you afraid of that?
No, I mean, I did it once in Ventura, and it was great. And I need to do it again. I just haven't booked any of these gigs because I usually did through Zane, but I think I'm going to have to start doing it.
What kind of gig do you mean that you'd have to do that on?
Where I book myself.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. That's it for the calls.
Will you go and look up Deion Sanders talks about recruits on have you seen this?
What, when he first got there, you mean?
No, not when he talks to recruits, but he's on like the
when he's telling the current players like, hey, we're about to bring
No, he's on a talk show, and I think he's talking about the types of recruits he's looking for. Like each position, he looks for a different. He's like on a Rich Eisen show, I think, and he's talking about
Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen, yeah. Look, it's Rich Eisen or the Here it is.
Here we go. Let's see.
We have different attributes: smart, tough, fast, disciplined, with character. Yep. We're looking at now. Quarterbacks are different.
This.
Yeah. We want.
Have you seen this?
Mother, father. Dual parent. Mm-hmm. We want that kid to be 3, 5, and up because he's got to be smart. Mm-hmm. Not bad decisions off the field at all because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback, and you would love a coach's son. Somewhere that the coaches coached him. And
so he's just found a way to say white without saying white there as well. Because most black people,
crazier, bro.
There are way more black people coming from single parent homes in this.
Watch this.
I see you smiling.
I can't believe
I know who your quarterback is.
He's
right
talking
now.
about my son. I didn't just build a template for my son, but that's what really we look for in quarterbacks. Different positions are different. Like O lineman, I look for dual parent homes, right? A strong father that they adhered to,
right?
Smart kid.
It feels like he's getting ready to say, and cornerbacks, I want them from broken homes of divorce. This is crazy.
3-3 and above.
You're also describing Hurts.
Yeah, tough. Well. Physical. Offensive line. My defensive line is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight.
Trying to get out the mud.
And I want him to just go get it. It's a whole different attributes that you look for in different positions, and we have that stuff just chronicled. We know what we want, and we go get it.
Deion Sanders here on the Rich Eisen.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
He's
trying. He's a pro. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Mike Myers standing next to Kanye. George Bush hate black people, and he's like,
Yeah, but what's very interesting is that our friend Sarah Tiana, her husband's there.
Yeah, he's been on Punch Drunk.
Yeah, he's great. But I wonder if he can get in trouble for laughing, even though right next to him is a black guy in dreads laughing. Like that, just think about how, and I have no problems with Deion. I would prefer Deion Sanders to say that. Let's get back to honesty. Right? That's my whole thing
That's
about.
so cynical, man. Saying that we're looking for kids from broken homes for a certain. I mean, that's so dark.
Yeah, but that's what they're looking for.
I know. I just wish they
They
weren't.
want certain positions to be nasty and angry.
It's so dark.
Right? I mean, just think about when you got a lineman, a D-end, a defensive lineman, and an offensive lineman. Offensive lineman, according to Deion Sanders, has to understand plays where they need to be. It's very nuanced. Defense lineman, just kill.
That's dark.
Johnny, what was darker? My fear of homosexuality attacks or Deion Sanders?
It's this for sure. This is. I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad, because I'm thinking about the kids, that are they're being.
No, it's really sad is when it doesn't work out.
He's got to be telling the truth, right? Do you think he really looks at that?
Yeah.
What homes they're from?
100%. You know why? Because no one's ever checked Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders has always been like, dude, bling, bling.
Yeah, he's been able to say whatever he wants for his entire life.
Yeah, and it's just sad because, if you would have changed that guy to whoever's, let's say, the coach of UCLA, right? I know who it is. It's what's his face that did the Eagles in Oregon forever, Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly says that he's fired tomorrow.
It's over. Yeah.
He's fired tomorrow.
Can you imagine? I mean, can you
the closest you got to that was Mike Leach.
Mike Leach. Yeah.
He wouldn't say that, but he would say some crazy shit.
Yeah, yeah. But even he would know that.
Yeah, you just can't go there.
You can't go there.
I guarantee you, Leach thinks the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, go to your stories.
All right, here we go. The news. We wanted to talk about this last week. This is the trailer for The Flash dropped in the Super Bowl, and this is gonna be a little. What we're gonna do is play it, and then we're gonna talk about it after. So we gotta watch the whole thing because I'm gonna have to cut it out.
Do you think people listening will enjoy this?
No, well, we're not. We're gonna cut it out of the episode and just have our reaction to it. If you want to go watch the Flash official trailer that just dropped, we're gonna watch it real quick and then talk about it.
Lot to unpack there.
Yeah. That's one of the best trailers I've seen in a while.
It's one of the best trailers I've ever seen for people that I don't have a high opinion of.
Same. Yeah, totally same. Yeah.
Obviously, Ezra, is that his name?
Ezra Miller. Yeah.
Ezra Miller has had a lot of problems. It's.
In fact, if this film wasn't already done, he would have been off it, and they would have had somebody else playing Fast. This movie might have been canceled. I really believe that for the shit that he did. Keeps getting arrested.
Well, it's obvious that they spent so much money on this.
Yeah.
And DC needs a hit.
Oh, desperately.
I mean, DC.
Aquaman 2, apparently, the rumors are already swirling that industry insiders have seen it. Said it's a piece of shit.
Well, here's the
garbage.
So, Johnny, I can think of maybe 3 or 4 movies that I either stopped watching. I mean, that's not true. I mean, some throwaway movies where I'm like, okay, I wonder what this is garbage. I recently did that on a flight from LA to Newark.
Mm-hmm.
Black Adam.
Didn't like it, huh?
Johnny.
I saw it.
This is DC's. Well, what your thought was?
It was just like 4 out of 10. I don't know. I mean, it was.
No, it was. You'd be blessed to give that 4. The first 30 minutes is just so much dialogue.
It's gobbledygook. Yeah.
It's just talking BS that makes, and it's just a forced story that makes no sense. And then the special effects fail so horribly.
So bad.
And this is DC's problem. So later on in there, they had a Korean movie that was dubbed. And I was sitting next to some Chinese chick, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But it was super Asian, right? So I had an Asian Uber driver, Asian chick sitting next to me, and I was watching Korean stuff.
Super Asian experience for you.
Super Asian. Totally Japanese. Now I bring it in Japanese to the Korean Chinese chick. Okay. So
were you trying to sing I'm turning Japanese? I really think so. Is that
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So they got this Korean movie going on, right?
Okay.
And
what was the movie? I've probably seen it.
It was this Korean's version of Usual Suspects.
Oh no, I haven't.
Because it was basically at the end of the movie that the guy that was bringing them around is the guy that they were searching for. So it becomes a Mr. Bell, I think was his name.
They have a good cinema. They have a good cinema
It was
industry
great.
over there.
Visually, it was great, and I'm sure trying to translate, there probably was some weird translations from Korean to English. That
Did you do subtitles or?
Yeah, subtitles, and So I was watching this movie, and within 2 minutes of this movie starting, there's already an epic fight scene.
Which one are you talking about?
The Korean one.
Okay.
Whereas in Black Adam, it's a lead up. It's just more storytelling.
Well, it started with him though, like beating the shit out of all those guys, right? That was the first
starts off with that, the story of like all these cities, and
I thought it went
they were
back to that.
great.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then it fell under, and then they wanted this weird
It's like
thing.
they're trying to force their backstory down your
yeah,
throat.
we don't need it.
Well, it's like they feel like it doesn't matter unless we force all this
DC,
backstory.
Less talk, more fight. Okay, that's what we want.
Or just reveal the backstory slowly. You don't have to just force it all in the first 5 minutes.
So you've come and you're telling me that James Gunn, who I also have problems with.
Scumbag, yeah.
I have a lot of problems with. It's like, okay, if you do it like, listen, again, and I had this talk with Chrissy Mayer last night, and we were talking about, like, I don't want to be in a place as a comedian where I'm like, you can't do those jokes. Yeah. I want all jokes available. But again, pedophile jokes, if you got 10 minutes on kiddie porn, okay?
I have questions about you.
I do, yeah. 100%. 100%. So, James Gunn has many tweets, very dark tweets.
Weird stuff.
And we were getting into this again. I've said on 8 different podcasts, but Kurt Metzger and Jimmy Dore nailed it. Like, the left has just painted themselves into a corner with this woke shit that the only thing that this is according to Kurt, saying the only thing they can kind of embrace and have fun with is Satanism.
Yeah.
But for me, you can have pedophilia to that because kids can't cancel these guys. Kids can't organize and boycott. Yeah. Kids can't walk up to these comics and punch them in the fucking face.
It's the ultimate punching down.
Yeah, right? And that's so this James Gunn guy has 1,000 tweets that are about really underage shit.
It's weird.
Okay? And it's like, why so many of them? Why so many of them?
Yeah. I get it, dude. Dead baby jokes were funny in like high school.
Right? Sarah Silverman did the exact same thing. Yeah. She like this edgelord stuff. So I have a problem with James. He got fired from Marvel.
And now he's taking over DC.
And taking over DC. And even though I can't stand James Gunn, he might be the only thing that can save DC if he can bring that Marvel style of get to it.
And he didn't do this movie, but he's come out and said that this Flash movie is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
And we'll
classic.
see, man. I mean,
this trailer is incredible.
Yeah.
And we're seeing this
but
is one of the
do you remember where else they had an incredible trailer and the movie wasn't good? What? We're the bad guys. That's what we do.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah. You remember the Suicide Squad? The trailer was so good that they went
I don't remember it.
And they made the people who made the trailer recut the movie because they were freaking out. Because people were expecting this thing and then just
that wasn't a good movie.
Yeah. And then the next Suicide Squad, I think was way better.
Yeah.
But it got so woke at the end that it just destroyed the movie.
That's what I'm worried the Supergirl thing might be with this Flash movie.
Yeah, and it just becomes like, dude, you have what's it called when we have archetypes, right?
Yeah.
People, whether you like it or not, they like archetypes because archetypes tend to be reinforced by reality and time. Okay.
They also hit us deep, in our brains.
Yeah.
Like archetypes.
And it's like, the reason I watched that Black Adam is because I see Rock as an alpha, and I thought it'd be interesting to see him in a movie. The problem was, it was awful.
I watched it with my nephew, and he was reacting. So I watched it in the living room with my nephew, and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of cool watching him like it." But yeah, it was just not a good as a movie. It wasn't good.
It just the presentation sucked.
Yeah, but I will say this Flash movie, with Michael Keaton doing what they're doing here, if they pull this off, where they're letting an older guy, this is going to be one of the first times we've seen it done well, where they bring the old guy in, put him and let him kick ass. Because of all the technology we have now, you know what I'm saying?
And they're going to make him look younger.
It seems like that. I mean, he's up there beating the shit out of everybody.
Well, they did that with Samuel L. Jackson in that one movie where they de-aged him. And which is great. But then eventually what's going to happen is will old movie stars ever move on? How long?
Yeah. Not until they die.
Yeah.
And then, then when they die, they're just going to sell their likeness. Their estate will own their likeness, and we're going to have Paul Newman, acting in a movie 30 years from now.
The question becomes: will young people reject older brands like they do with music? I remember that because I remember this was 5-6 years ago. They said Metallica is seen as old people music now. And you're like,
do you believe that, though? I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know, man. I don't know 20-year-olds.
They're still selling out, and I see a lot of young people in the audience.
So that's the whole thing. Will they reject older stars?
I don't know.
For new stars?
I don't think so.
It's interesting.
I mean, are you seeing any evidence of that in cinema now? It's all the old guys that are dominating to me. I don't know.
Well, for a short time, all the old brands were dying off, and now it seems like a return to that because
the technology's helping.
Well, it's also I've been watching Tulsa King. It's so great how bad it is. And
it's like a pulpy sort of thing. Yeah.
But it's great, but it's bad, and that's what makes it great. Because if you go back, Johnny, and you look at a lot of let's face it, Johnny, Van Damme and Steven Seagal movies were big movies
and
when they came out.
They were all bad, too.
And they were all bad. Yeah. And that was the 80s. It was really bad, great movies.
Rambo, I mean.
Really bad, great movies. Yeah. Rambo's a little better than the Von Dammes.
Most Rambo 2 and First Blood and all that shit.
So Tulsa's a return to that. It is an 80s style movie trying to do.
I love it.
I love it, but it's bad.
But it's unrealistic. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. It's not a realistic movie, and so I'm watching.
And our style now is realism. The style of cinema we're in right now is realism.
Yeah, but the question gets to, is it? But the problem is that the realism they're using non-real archetypes anymore. They're trying to convince us to buy new archetypes. And we're rejecting it because it's everywhere.
The beta thing.
Instead of, it's like they compared 80s action heroes to modern day action. Like the Shazam. It's like, hey, dude.
Yeah, totally.
Look at this guy. The guy who looks like he'd be your Jewish accountant and is now a superhero.
Which he's supposed to be their Spider-Man, which Spider-Man's like a kid, a teenager.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man wasn't always that. I mean, Spider-Man used to be think about the original, not before, but Tobey Maguire was he was young.
He was a nerd, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe I'm wrong.
Remember?
Maybe I'm wrong on Spider-Man.
But I feel like that's. But I know I totally get what you're saying though. It's you see way more now. It's the physically less intimidating, passive kind of hero. You see that way more.
And what's so funny though, but in real life, those people are way more sensitive than ever. Their feelings are easily hurt. Oh. They find microaggressions and everything. But Hollywood's trying to tell us that they can kick everybody's ass and drop some hammer of the gods on us. Right? It's just weird. So I watched Samaritan. What's it called when you're a good Samaritan?
Samaritan, yeah.
Yeah, it was another Sylvester Stallone movie in which he's 80 and he's kicking everybody's ass.
He's still shredded up.
And it's so funny because it's a great movie, but it's just you just have to buy this movie magic that this dude can fuck everybody up. He can barely walk, but he's beating the shit out of anybody.
Eventually it won't even matter though. You won't be able to tell.
Well, I mean,
eventually.
Eventually they could de-age him and
it
all
won't
that.
even be de-aging though. It won't even be them. It'll just be their face there. And
Yeah.
because that's what they're doing. This Batman, with the guy flying around kicking everybody's ass. It's not Michael Keaton.
Right.
Because you can't move. You just can't move physically the same way.
So
like
can you-
De Niro in The Irishman. Did you watch The Irishman? When they de-aged him down to 30, he still moved like an 80-year-old guy. Though.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like
so
limping
fun.
around. It was really. I didn't think that was good tech. And
No, I mean, because it was the beginning of that technology.
Yeah.
Hey, will you look up Bert Kreischer's new...
oh yeah. I got it queued up right here. Hold on. If you want to see what we're seeing, it's the Machine official trailer. We're just gonna let this play.
7 years ago, one incredible story blew up the internet.
Stop.
Well, now keep in mind this is gonna be a copyright thing. So if I'm gonna have to cut the trailer out of it. for YouTube.
Okay.
So I don't. Do you want to wait to talk after?
Okay.
I don't. It's up to you. You
Yeah,
tell me.
go.
Wait, is that Bert? Sorry.
Yeah.
Did not speak
But
Russian.
let me. I know we're gonna. I love this trailer. I'm so excited for this movie. Go on. I love it.
It looks really funny. Yeah.
I love it.
can't
I'm
wait.
so excited for him.
I like what they did too with the plot, like the way they kind of restage it
Yeah.
in the modern times. you
Yeah.
know? That's
By the way, he told that story on my original XM radio show.
really
This had to be almost 15, 20 years ago.
back when he was still telling it. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very interesting how him and Tom just like they've come up together, but they've definitely done two different ways.
Oh yeah, completely.
Right? It's great. Like
Yeah.
Bert wants that world, and Tom maybe at one point did, but now he seems to really like just being his own like sleeper cell for a guy that's that big playing arena, television. Theaters and stuff like that. But Tom, I think, wanted a television show for a while. Now I don't think he gives a shit because he just sold his shit to Sirius Radio and Stitcher and all that stuff.
Something unique about that, though, right? That they are taking a comedian, like a big comedian, with not a lot of acting experience, and just putting him in a
But he looks
big-ass
like a
movie.
great. He can
does
act.
look good, yeah.
There's a lot of comics who can act.
Yeah, I think those skills lend themselves to each other, like being kind of like, I don't know, there's something like, what would you say, sensitive about a comedian, like where you can kind of empathize with other people, and I think that lends itself to acting, that kind of
And I also,
emotion.
I it's very because I can't act. That's why I don't want to be an actor because I can't.
That's a
act.
good reason, yeah.
Right?
That's the
Because
best
my
reason.
acting is overacting. Because if you study me, I'm an overactor.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I like
funny.
to-
It's like you saying, though, why I don't want to be an actor. Really, that's like me saying, this is why I don't want to be a professional baseball player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
Like if I could act, maybe I might want to be an actor. But I just don't
Like,
want to
if
be.
they wanted me to act, I could act maybe, but
No, I can't act. I don't understand.
That's
I remember being on audition. They're like, wait until, take a breath before you read your line. I go, but if you watch Johnny, like the reason I'm good at crowd work is because I digest very quickly
Yeah.
and I can spit out a
different
response.
skills. Yeah.
That's great for crowd work, horrible for acting.
Yeah.
Because it comes off as not real.
I think that skill is actually good for acting, but your problem is something to do.
I'm always jacked up on coffee.
part of that, but it's also the reading thing with you. Like it's something related to that.
Did I just combine coffee and caffeine right there?
Yeah.
To
I
be
knew what you meant.
Caffeine?
I knew what
Caffeine?
you meant. But you do that a lot, dude. Combine words.
Yeah, that's how fast I talk. I combine words.
You gonna finish the news?
Oh, okay. We got more?
We haven't. We did like one thing.
That's
the
a
trailers.
lot.
Anyway, that's
Yeah, Johnny, you got very little time left.
all right. I'll go quickly. All right, you're gonna love this.
I love that this is everybody's favorite time of the show. I work all week on stories. Most of the time, I have a ton of stories. I'd be like, oh, my favorite is when you read the news. Okay, maybe I'll stop living that life, putting my life on the line.
Don't do that.
Maybe I'll stop putting my life on the line for you guys.
You're gonna love this. Just enjoy this. You're gonna love this. Okay, this is from People. Country rocker Marcus King marries Briley Hussey in Nashville ceremony. I fell in love hard. That's what he says. I just want you to look at the picture first. Just let this wash over you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is why everybody becomes an entertainer to bang way out of their league.
Wait, dude, and listen. Okay, I'm gonna read.
You
this
look like what was the bad guy in the Dukes of Hazzard? Boss Hog.
Oh yeah, Boss
You look
Hog.
like young Boss Hog.
Yeah, I'll just leave this on the screen for you to enjoy while I read this story here. So here you go. This is the couple. That's Briley Hussey. Listen to how they met here. Okay, this is him talking about it. I fell in love hard. She waltzed up on my bus like she owned it, and I was taken with her sweet southern drawl. So this bitch just walks up on his tour bus.
Yeah, but
and he goes, listen though. Then she connected to my Bluetooth, blared Linda Ron's, just connected to his stereo on his bus, blared Linda Ronstadt and Aretha Franklin, and we sang and danced until it was time for the bus to leave. I told her the next morning to quit her job and marry me instead.
Is that how quickly it happened?
That's what women can do, dude. If you're fine enough, you can walk on a guy's tour bus.
Dude, ass privilege taps everything. Dude.
Everything.
Everything. Dude, the quickest way to move up on your on the social economic scale is to be a hot chick. It's by far. Well, you have to be top 1% of the 1% of athletes to do it, but to be a hot chick. Johnny, every day I go on Instagram, I go, there's so many hot chicks. It's like all these girls, like if you're a hot chick, a real hot chick, and your life sucks, it's because you made shitty life decisions. The world is giving you an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, if you blew it with like drugs or something like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that, I mean, she just walks on this guy's tour bus. Most people aren't allowed backstage, much less on the tour bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And connects to his Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to listen to what I want to listen to now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's like,
Dude,
will you
did
marry
they get
me?
a prenup?
Oh,
Did
I
you
hope.
get a
That's
prenup?
what I was thinking, man.
Do you think that guy has the balls to ask her for a prenup? Imagine what her family thinks. Like, what are our you're now think of the kids. Which way is it going to go?
What do you mean by that?
Attractiveness.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good, you hope. I mean, I know what you're hoping. I know what you're hoping.
You hope you look like your mom.
If you don't know, by the way, what this guy looks like, feel free to Google him. Or if you want to just imagine it, if you watch that show, Salute Your Shorts, he looks like Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts, if you watch that as a kid.
Well, I don't want to be mean to the guy, Johnny.
No, I mean, he just looks like that guy. They look the same. Anyway, good for him. Out of his league, way over his head. That's what his musical talent gave to him. I'm proud of the guy. So this is a crazy story. Have you heard about this revival that was going on in Kentucky? And just thousands of people. So they had a revival at Asbury University, and they were having just their regular Sunday services with the students there. And the students just said, we're going to stay. We're feeling the Holy Spirit. I don't know. And just thousands of people started flocking to this little university in Kentucky from around the country, around the world.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it went on for 13 days. 50,000 people showed up in this tiny little town.
That's cool.
For revival services. And eventually the school had to just say, dude, we can't, this town can't take care of this. Then these kids got to go to class. Think about it. They'd rather do this than go to class, these kids.
Yeah, I would like to do that too.
Hold on. This is an ad. The marathon worship service at Asbury University that has drawn tens of thousands, 50,000 they're saying now, of participants from across the country is being forced to downsize. School officials are saying that the rapid influx of visitors whom they welcome and appreciate is causing logistical issues for the surrounding area, and they're going to need to move it off campus is what they're saying. So they had to break it up. But this was like a Woodstock almost, like a mini Woodstock. Here it is right here, some footage from this. See, now this gives me flashbacks to a different time in my life. And I really don't like Christian music, especially modern stuff. The old hymns I kind of like, but the new stuff.
I'm not into organized religion, obviously, but I love this. I think it's great, and I think it's okay.
No, I do too. It's rad.
You know,
rad. I love
there's that guy that's Matt Walsh. You know who Matt Walsh is?
The guy who did the trans.
Yeah, and he's very black and white in life.
Oh, big time, yeah.
And
like abortion, he's like. Oh.
Well, I mean, abortion, I understand, but like, so do you know who's
gay marriage? He's out on that.
But he's very anti-gay adoption, and that seems to be a big issue for him. Whitlock, a bunch of these guys. Mark Dice. They're all like, oh, he's for gay adoption, and I'm like. Well, I mean, like, I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's just like, So you'd rather them not have two loving parents than and be stuck in foster care? That to me, like,
doesn't make any sense.
It's like this whole thing about bringing people into this world and then not giving them anybody to help them. Like, I have 2 kids. Like, the amount of work that goes into 2 children,
I can't imagine,
is insane. Like, to have it just black and white, and that's where the right loses people. When you make everything, you're either with. Like, anytime I hear you're either with us or against us, whether it's from the right or the left, I'm out.
Yeah, totally. Anybody who sees it that way, a Sith thinks only in absolutes. That's from Star Wars. But yeah, anybody who thinks in absolutes,
I'm just
like
against
that,
it.
yeah, it's.
I'm just against it. I'm like, listen, man. If your thing, you have an alternative lifestyle, and you're not hurting people, you're not stealing from people, and you don't push your shit on people's kids, I have no problems with you. Live your life. What you and consenting adults do, and if it's something that's offensive to God, then God will deal with it.
That's right. Yeah. That's what the Bible says. You let God is the judge.
Yeah.
do
Let
your
God
own thing.
deal with it, man. I'm not going to judge people that aren't committing crimes against people. And if you're not hurting people, in particular children, you have no problems for me.
Breaking the law. Yeah. Okay. So Biden went to Ukraine, and when he was there were sirens blaring. Bomb sirens, air raid sirens. And this was CNN's report on it. Just kind of blew up his spot here.
I've been here for the past 5 days. I have not heard any explosions. I have not heard any air sirens until about half an hour ago, right when President Biden was in the center of Kyiv, as Clarissa was just mentioning.
So that's so clearly just to make him look like a badass walking through. Oh, there's air raid sirens going around.
Yeah, and it doesn't even do it.
No,
either.
it doesn't.
Nobody's like, "Well, that's badass,"
because he can barely walk.
That's badass. Do you remember Pat Boone, the singer,
the musician? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that late in his life he went through this weird phase where he thought he could like connect with the kids, so he went into like a goth leather daddy look?
No.
Can you look at Pat Boone goth daddy?
Oh yeah, this thing.
Yeah, where he would show up to places like this.
What on earth?
And he was like, "Look how cool I am." You're like, "No," and like they told him, like, it's just like when you have no clue what people think is cool, this is what you do.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of them playing sirens as he walks to the red dot.
Yeah, which I don't. I mean, the only thing I can guess is the reason for that is that makes any sense to me is that's where they had the camera set up. But here's the other thing. Did you know that the air raid warnings in Kyiv and Ukraine are voiced by Mark Hamill of Star Wars, Luke Skywalker? They're like, you should get to the nearest shelter.
Shut up, Johnny.
Isn't that crazy?
Shut up.
Hold on, I'll play them for you. Hold on, just
they got an actor doing voiceover work
for their
is there
air raid.
Anything about this war that's real?
Yeah, nothing. Hold on, air raid.
So basically, Burt Kreischer's dad in his movie is doing the voice.
Yeah. Let's see if this is it. This might not be it.
Attention.
Yeah.
Air raid alert. Proceed to the nearest shelter. Don't be careless. Your overconfidence is your weakness.
That's from Star Wars.
Attention. Air raid alert. Proceed to the nearest shelter. Don't be careless. You're overconfident.
So he voices the English language
is that
version.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, you told me it was from Star. That's a real thing in the Ukraine?
Yeah. No, I'm saying what that quote. He said, "Your overconfidence is your weakness." That's a quote from Star Wars, but that's a real thing in the Ukraine. Yeah.
Hold on, but is that?
That's it. Yeah.
That's being said.
Yes.
In the Ukraine,
in the English language version of the app that gives you air raid warnings, it's voiced by Mark Hamill, the actor.
And that's what he's saying.
And that's what he says.
Your weakness
your overconfidence is your weakness. Get to the shelter. Yeah.
Johnny,
it's mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing. Like,
he volunteered to do it, apparently, is what I'm told. But
listen, I'm going to tell you something, dude. And this is my real opinion. If you are more concerned about the Ukraine than you are, and this is not, I wish the Ukraine people peace. I wish it wasn't happening. But NATO and the U.S. government and the U.S. military-industrial complex and the WEF and these globalists have all put your country in a bad place.
Absolutely.
Okay? I wish no harm to the Ukrainian people. I also wish no harm to the Russians. Okay? But if you're more concerned about the Ukraine than you are about Palestine, Ohio, or Flint, Michigan, you're compromised, and I have no respect for you as an American. It's disgusting. You could suck my dick and not in a good way.
Not in a good way?
No.
Is it ever a good way to suck your dick?
Some people love sucking my dick, and they get the nectar. Okay?
The nectar. Oh, no. All right, so James O'Keefe, two more. This is this one and then the next thing. James O'Keefe has been.
All right, thank you all for being here on a President's Day. But
this is how
an interesting
I think it's
thing.
fitting that
it's peculiar. Yeah.
We're here on President's Day.
He's also got a real buzz on like a main tom or something on his.
So I wrote these so I could get the words right.
Well, stop, Johnny. I don't think you got the top shelf crew to come shoot this.
That's a good point.
He's been let go.
Yeah. He's just grabbing random people from the street.
He's like, anyone can help me hit. It's like our friends who've been doing podcasting for 10 years that have no clue how to upload a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's obviously from the heart, and I wanted to do this in person with you all, not over a Zoom or Teams. And he's going to film it, and these are intended just for the family here at Project Veritas.
See, what I don't understand, how is he still in that office if he's been kicked
Well, my
out?
favorite thing is he's like, he's going to film this, but this is just for the family here at Project Veritas.
Yeah.
Then why are you filming it?
Yeah, it's just. I mean, well, let's say though, he is a master of just putting on a show. He's like a P.T. Barnum type.
Yeah.
He's really good at that. So
Yeah.
he knows what.
I mean, dude, he's been doing it for years, and and I owe him an apology because I didn't like him when he first started coming out.
I didn't either, yeah.
Because I had a view of Planned Parenthood that, in hindsight,
that's not why for me. But.
is wrong. I do believe that lower income people need access to Medicare or medical help. But obviously, things that we've learned about the history of Planned Parenthood, what a lot of their goals is, which is allow eugenics, right? We got to wonder, dude. And he exposed a lot of stuff. And when we heard the horrors of some of the stuff that they were doing, what they were selling, it was almost too real to believe that you didn't want to believe it. And I did kind of what I've seen people do with what we talk about all the time. And they shut it down. You just F you. You're just playing to not you, but
No, I got you.
You're just playing to a side. That's all you're doing. Why don't you call it this side? Then you realize over time that he was right on those stuff.
You know what this reminds me of? This is like the last broadcast of the dictator while the tanks are rolling down the street. The rebel tanks are coming to get him. Yeah. This is him and his bunker.
Do you think Hitler did this when he's okay? All the head of the SS come here.
This is just for our family.
Just for us.
This is just for the family, the SS family.
Yeah, I'm going to fake my suicide, and some chick's gonna die. They won't find this out till decades.
I will be fliegen auf Argentina.
I'll be in Argentina.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Sipping pina coladas. But I just want to thank you for all your work. And
You've done a very schön job. Yeah,
you've helped me destroy Germany, and that was our goal. So let's do it.
Sehr good. Very well done.
There we go.
Here we go. All right.
I
So this is a
recognize that
long
when
video.
you send something out to 60 people,
Let's jump
but
to
I'm
some
not
places because
shocks people that we do, and we have a passion for it, and we have principle. Like I know.
I love how he's got his gun safe
Until
in
now.
the shot.
So what has changed in the last 3 weeks?
He's so dramatic.
Well, I mean, Johnny, he did lose.
What has changed?
Johnny, think about
No,
this.
I just mean his presentation. He's really good at it.
It's
I'm
somewhat
complimenting.
like I'm doing this show,
and then I kick you off of it.
and then I get kicked off.
Yeah, me and XG, we're
Yeah,
voting you
guys
out.
Vote. You're
We're
like, you're
voting you
out. I'm sorry, you're out. I'm like, what?
Never let us get 51%, Sam, or you're screwed. But
Yeah. Go on.
The only thing that has changed is that we broke the biggest story in our organization's history.
that's it.
You know that one I'm talking about? Pfizer.
Stop. He fucked up. Why would you ever? I would never give more control away. I don't care how much
That's a mistake.
money you're throwing at me. Like, obviously, I mean, If someone came in there on Broken Sim, which is doing well, growing every day,
Yeah, we're doing
and someone
really
threw
well.
like 20 mil at us, we're like, dude, I'll take 5%. You can have the rest, right? But
we just probably do it for our contractual obligation and then be out. And
yeah,
start
and then we'll
another
start
one.
something
Yeah.
sim broken.
Yeah, or the original thing. The simulation is broken. That's what you originally. That was the original name
Yeah,
of it.
the
for like
simulation or the-
that was what you wanted to call it. The simulation is broken. That was, and then I was like, why don't we just call it Broken Sim? Because you do that like
I
the
don't remember
dojo
that,
of
but,
comedy, whereas I would call it the comedy dojo.
Yeah, well, no, that was done. That is different than what you're talking about. But the dojo of comedy is done on purpose because it's not comedy dojo. I want it to be known as the dojo. You understand? I want it to be like Joe Rogan's new club is being known as being called the mothership.
I just was thinking words are money, so I was trying to cut it down. You know?
No, because
just fucking
it's
with-
going
I'm
to be
fucking
the dojo. Do you understand?
I
With
do,
the-
yeah.
in
But you can
small
still call it
words.
the dojo.
Yeah, but the comedy dojo becomes the comedy dojo. I want it to be the dojo.
I've sidetracked you.
comedy.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
The last week of January, with 50 million views. That like broke the record by like 10x.
50 million.
Our video became a global phenomenon. It was about Pfizer and one of the directors discussing mutating the virus. Our confrontation video, where he locked me in a pizza restaurant with you and you, and he smashed the equipment and called the police, that became a phenomenon and was riveting television for our audiences glued to their screens.
He calls it television.
That was probably one of my favorite things that ever happened. It was just really unbelievable. It was like...
He's disheveled, huh? He's like shook up. You can tell.
Well, I'm going to tell you that his outfit is not good.
He's shook up, dude.
Yeah, he pieces together at JCPenney's. It's like, why are your slacks not matching your jacket?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Sorry.
shook up. He shook up.
True to be false. And
I mean, his face is all shiny. Normally, he'd take care of that. I mean, he shook up.
Yeah, he when you get ousted, you don't get access to the makeup lady.
seemingly too false to be true, but it was real. If someone else is here, you can let him in.
Just like, what is
Hello,
this?
come on in.
Just come on in.
Just giving a few remarks to the team here, so you came at the right moment.
For some reason.
You know what this is, dude? This is because everybody in the news, they're like, he's terrible to his staff. So he's like, hey, buddy, come on in.
Come on
Who's
in.
that over there?
Yeah.
Come on and sit.
Hang
You're
out.
in the middle of my
got
fucking
yogurt.
farewell speech. Just come in and sit down before I fucking pop your head off.
Even psychopaths can use the law of attraction. It's just the way it is.
Oh,
dude.
sure, yeah.
And he willed this shit to happen.
Sometimes they're better at it. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
The only thing that changed were these videos. Outlets in India and China covered the story, and our social media exploded like never before. Our employees and board members' Twitter accounts also exploded like never before. Pfizer even put out a non-denial denial, like you always capture these things, where they basically admitted they were mutating the virus, albeit they buried this admission in jargon. But it was still an admission.
Okay, my theory,
And it was
bro.
extraordinary that Pfizer responded to us.
There we go. Go ahead.
You know me. I'm not a virus guy.
Terrain,
This story validates
terrain theory?
a virus.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
If you buy this story, you buy that there's a virus. I'm just saying.
Interesting.
With an admission, not denying that this guy was who he was.
Do you think it's
Colleagues that he
Do you
was
think it's a
and the
coincidence?
disagreement-
Do you think it's a coincidence that the person that's just off camera is the black person that he's
No,
put in there?
no,
it's
no.
not, is it? No.
No.
Boiled over publicly in a
I
staff.
thought she was like a stenographer at first.
No, he's just got her there, just in the camera frames. Like, see, I love all kinds of people,
Yeah.
women and black people.
The next day, this individual refused to resign, so I fired him. Later that same day, that's Thursday, February 2nd, a few days after the 50 million viewed Pfizer videos, I was informed by a different officer of Project Veritas that he would go to the board in a few hours from that moment and have an emergency vote to restructure this company. Receiving an agenda in my email while I was sitting on an airplane tarmac with the doors closing, the meeting was scheduled for the moment that my plane landed in Nashville.
That's funny. That's what happened with Steve Jobs. Tried to do that to what was the guy from PepsiCo? and it ended up getting done to him. He tried to have a secret meeting while the CEO was out of town, and they ended up meeting behind his back and kicking Steve Jobs out of Apple.
Damn.
So that's what happened to him.
It became clear to me in that moment I would be removed from my position at Project Veritas by the time I landed at my destination.
Wow, man, they really did it to him, huh? They did him dirty on an airplane.
Yeah.
No chance.
Well, they knew when he was flying.
That's dirty. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Taking, quote, black cars around. I don't know how I can do my job here if I can't transport myself around the United States. It actually doesn't make any actual sense, does it? None of this makes any sense. And why is it all happening right now?
To me.
Those are the questions I have. I don't have answers.
Yeah,
Your guys are journalists. Maybe you can go find the answers. I don't know.
Pfizer, you know it is.
After this series of events, I wrote a letter to the board on February 16th with the proposal. Many of you have not seen this, but this is what I sent to them, which I guess they haven't shared this with you, but I'm going to share it with you now. With a proposal that the board members resign by the end of this past week. We're now past that point where I'll be forced to walk away.
Yeah, we are.
And this is what I wrote.
He's so dramatic right now, isn't he? He's just hamming it up.
Dear board, and I'm not going to provide the whole thing, but I'll provide the meat and potatoes. Over the last 2 weeks, I've carefully followed the board's directive to take a vacation and avoid contacting donors. Of course, donors called me. My phone was being lit up with thousands of phone calls. One donor even, I posted a video. She was upset about how she was portrayed in the grievances.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Remmers was her name. She posted a video saying the grievance was a total lie. My understanding is one of the officers of this organization responded to that by calling the donor a liar. The officer wasn't there. Why would the officer call the woman with the sole authority on the matter who was there? Why would he call her a liar? I don't know the answer to that question.
You know the answer, bro.
Yeah.
Your actions over the same period to undermine Veritas and its future, including airing confidential employment matters publicly, has broken trust. I cannot, in good conscience, return to such a mismanaged organization. I have not responded privately or publicly because there is no rational, appropriate response for the emotional circus that has been created by your actions. I expect the board to resign by the end of the week.
Jesus.
Project Veritas, including any employees who choose to stay, will go on under my leadership with newly appointed professional board members and officers prepared to exercise their duty of care and duty of loyalty to the organization. That's what a board does.
That's so interesting. So he just said, no, you resign.
Yeah. And they're like, hit the road.
Let's just
Jack.
skip right to the end and see.
On a new name?
Johnny, I'm
Oh, wait,
telling
he's
you
gonna
this
say what he's
right
gonna do.
now. I'm telling you this right now. I'm not going to be here till 2:15.
What time is it? No. I only have one. It's a tweet after this. And this thing only has 2 minutes left. So I just wanted to skip to the end and see what he said.
And unbroken.
We have
So-
like a few minutes left. 5
I got
Our
to
mission
go.
We got like
continues
5
on.
minutes left. I
I
promise.
need the nap.
I'm not done.
Oh, baby.
The mission will perhaps take on a new name, and it may be no longer called Veritas, Project Veritas. I'll need a bunch of people around me, and I'll make sure you know how to find me. And I'll quote when you invited me to New York City and did that little stand-up. How fitting that from Shakespeare, quote, "And this story shall the good man teach his son." We few, we happy few.
Yeah.
We band of brothers and sisters. So with that, I'm going to collect my things.
It doesn't say sisters.
I'm going to load them into my
Shakespeare.
car. And I hope to see some of you soon.
What a show.
That's it.
What a show that was.
Great job.
Good job by him.
Great job. Good job.
This whole thing has been such a drama, you know?
It's super sad.
It is sad. He built that thing from nada.
And it's just like it's like when you are trying to convince people that certain things, organizations, groups of people, whatever, don't control everything, and then they show you how much control they actually have. How don't people wake up to that? How isn't that a shock to your system? He called you out, he called out Pfizer for something, whether you want to believe it or not. They are openly admitting it to it. And then he lost his job. How is anybody okay with that?
Math. It's 1 + 1.
How are anybody okay with whistleblowers? I mean, we've just seen Julian Assange be just annihilated for bringing truth to power. This show is shadow banned, or my other show is shadow banned everywhere for just having discussion.
Everything you do is shadow banned because of your name is associated with that.
Yeah.
All right, I thought we'd end with something light and humorous. This is from Swatties. This is from Swatties right here, Mug Shotties. Allegedly decapitated a man during sex and continued to perform sexual acts on his dead body and mutilated his corpse with a bread knife, then put his severed head and penis in a bucket and other body parts in a crock pot. And there she is, the lovely lady who did that with the neck tattoo,
Well, hold on.
of course.
There is a lady that pulled some shit.
Well, let's see what she said here. Okay. A 24-year-old Wisconsin woman allegedly killed and dismembered her lover during a drug-fueled sex session, dumping his head and penis in a bucket and his legs in a crock pot. How big is that crock pot? The brunette seductress called Taylor Shabusiness.
Go down.
Wait, look at her name, dude. Her name is Taylor Shabusiness. What is that name?
None of your shabusiness. It's none of your shabusiness.
It's literally, if you're listening at home, SCHABUSINESS.
Go down. Now, is she the one that attacked her lawyer, too?
Then, Then, I think so. Yeah. Then allegedly told police they were going, no, that's a different one. Then allegedly told police they were going to have fun trying to find all the organs. The mutilated victim in the ghastly crime Thursday was a 25-year-old Green Bay man whom they've not identified. On Tuesday, Shabusiness made her first appearance in court on charges of mutilating a corpse, among others there. And there she is right there, Miss Shabusiness.
Keep going down.
She looks like the woman from Witches, Angelica Houston, who used to be with...
and now the rest, keep going.
Prosecutors said these sexual assault charges are for acts that took place after the man was dead. My word. Shabusiness, who investigators learned may have been the last person to be seen with the victim. There she is right there.
She's part Asian.
She looks totally normal right there. Lovely girl. That's all you see on Tinder right there, folks. And then you come into her house and she saws your dick off with a bread knife.
Yeah. It's getting crazy out there, dude.
Oh,
my gosh. She cut his dick off.
Be careful on Tinder, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, how long till this is a funny story on the View?
Probably already happened.
They love to do it. Hey guys,
the red table or whatever.
Thank you guys so much. It's been a great episode. I thought it was funny. It's supposed to go 2 hours, but Johnny once again milked it. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well.
You're damn right he did.
And
wait, you're back to the construction worker glasses?
Yeah, well, I have to. No. I gotta get new glasses, dude. But yeah, I gotta go. I gotta walk.
Are those your old ones that you used to wear?
Yeah, no, these are the ones that Roger bit up.
I remember when
I can't find my glasses.
That was peanut butter hair era glasses.
No, this wasn't them. Thank you guys. Go to samtrudy.com. Check out all of my dates.
Pick up your guitar, sing me a song. This was Groover's paradise. Now the Groover is gone. Was a cool little city